Welcome to the Imagine Not Being Leeds.
Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds. Now then, everybody, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. On tonight's show, we've got a preview, a review, what obscure Leeds United player is in some ex-players' teeth this week. We've got a quiz. We've got all sorts on everyone's favourite Friday night Leeds show. It is, in fact, Late Night Leeds. Now then, everybody, welcome back to Late Night Leeds. Thanks for joining us. AG, Bossnass, as always. How the devil are you guys?
I'm all right. I've just been watching that mad Mr. Trump over in America, which has been captivating because he's going nuts, man.
Yeah, silly fucker. Yeah, no, I'm all good, mate. I've just been watching The Traitors, which everyone should be watching because it's brilliant TV.
Never seen it.
Is it a bit too smart for someone of my IQ, or would I even enjoy it?
Well, you know it is, but that would go for a lot of TV shows. But this, that's not really our rank TV.
Rio Ferdinand on it.
Good.
Good stuff.
Is Rio Ferdinand on it?
No.
And Traitors, ooh, spicy.
Oh, yeah,
spicy.
sorry. Yeah, good joke. Yeah.
Who's stupid now, madam? Who got that one first? Yeah, exactly what I thought. Right then. Just want to shout out as well, boys, that I hit 5,000 subscribers yesterday and 1 million views on the channel. Brilliant. Couldn't do it without your help, obviously. Thank you to everyone who watches, subscribes. I know you two will vouch for that too. You enjoy being part of Late Night Leeds and a big part of the channel, a big part of my ideas and people to bounce ideas off. So yeah, just do you want to shout anything out for that, boys, or are you really not bothered?
Well done.
No, yeah. It's massive well done, mate. From doing those two kind of what was it like Ultimate 11 shows really back early on to where you are now. Absolutely mental, mate.
Yeah.
No, it's all very much deserved as well. And actually, like, I think what stands this channel out from so many others is the chat and is the community and is the people. And I think that makes a big difference. I think everyone gets on it seemingly. Like it's very different from other channels, I think.
Yeah, too right. And this show is a bit of a variety show. If it's the first time you're watching, smash the like, subscribe, and get yourself a nice warm drink or a nice cold one from the fridge and go through it with us. Anyway, Tez is in the house, Josh is, John Pepper as always. We'll go through a few. Joseph, thanks for being here, buddy. Top Banana. Says Johnny the Frog, hey up, pal. Hopefully Matty can't alight any fears. What's that about JSL? We'll get him. Remember that boy band? JSL, JLS. Everybody in love. No,
yeah.
Yeah,
He lives around the corner from me.
No, we don't. Oh, why would you live near rich people? Honestly, you just stink of money. Smell you through my microphone, AG. Honestly, mate. I'm gonna start calling you Akka rather than AG because AG sounds posh. I don't even want.
Do you know what it is? It's the It's the periodic coupling for gold as well. Is it gold or silver? One of them.
Oh, it'll be gold knowing AG, won't it? Of course it will knowing Mister. Yeah, of course
gold.
it is.
It's gold, isn't it? Yeah.
Gold.
Oh, you're a twat. And on that note.
In my defense, I've never put the two together. That's not why. It's just my initial, my name. It's not. I'm not. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm not myself to half the goals.
Yeah, that's what the butler said. Anyway, this week's Too Good, Too Shit.
Too good, too shit.
Lucas Metch's winning goal against Fulham, turning a 0-0 draw into a 1-0 win for the second time at Ellen Road this season. Leeds United finally mean business in the transfer window with a big bid in for Strand Larsen. Yes, it was rejected, but it's not quite bad enough news for it to be on the shit list this week. Leeds mean business and expected to go in with a second bid soon. Daniel Farke has announced in his press conference before Everton that Gabby Goodmanson, Leeds' left back, is a doubt for the trip to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. This just highlights Leeds' error in the January window. And finally, more injury woes at Leeds United. As we found out before the Fulham game, Yacobiol injured and will be out for at least the next 4 games. With trips to Everton and Chelsea, with 2 home games against Arsenal and Forest, he will be a huge miss. And that is that for this week's Too Good to Shit. How do you feel about that, Adam? You were just laughing your head off the whole way. What you trying to say?
Do you know? Well, I can only look at the way you put it together, rather than anything else. Whatever the content's neither here nor there. I think it's better, but it's still bad.
Oh, it does my head in. Come on, chat, give me some love. I really want a Too Good to Shit, and he just nails me every week. So I thought I'd do it a little bit different, get it all set up presentable, and he still puts it down. Honestly, I can't win.
No, you can see the fall behind it. I think it's getting better, but there's lots of rough edges on it.
We can't all have your line of work. I'm working a building site, for God's sake. Give me a break.
I know, I've seen you in your hard hat.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look. I know. Anyway, smash a like and subscribe if you are. It's free. Cheers, Tony. How are you feeling now, mate? Like the legend you are. Thank you very much, Paul. These 2 legends are more legends than I will ever be. But let's get into a little bit of the Fulham review. Right then, boyos. Leeds defeat Fulham 1-0 at Ellen Road last weekend. I'm going to hand it over to you. You know me, I waffle on here most nights through the week, and I've had my say on Leeds v Fulham. So, Adam, let's go to you first. Leeds Fulham, line up. You were there. It's a game you could talk about for actually been there, which was really nice to see you. Came over, give me a big cuddle and a kiss like you always do, because you're a proper loving man.
That's what I'm all about.
Lovely to see all 5'8" of you. Anyways, how did you find the game? Go on, mate. How did you find the game? It wasn't nice before we went in the game, was it? We saw Scum win 2-0, which was a bit of a...
Yeah, no, it's nice. So we had a beer beforehand, you, me, Priestley, Dave, and Sean Carney. That was fun in the Peacock. Good day out. We'll come on the train in the morning. And the game itself, the team come out, I was quite content with it, I think. As we discussed beforehand, Okafor, big game for him. I think, because not a big game necessarily, but he's got to start producing end products.
Yeah,
he's very good at getting us out the pitch, all those sorts of elements. But yeah, and then my seat was 6 rows up in the northwest corner, so I could see very little. But the atmosphere is brilliant, and we were just close enough to stand, so everyone was standing around me, which I love. So yeah, it was really good atmosphere being part of it, surrounded by season ticket holders, a good laugh in there, and scoring a goal later on. Everyone was everywhere, picking people up off the floor. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, we're class. I mean, Bossnass before the game, obviously we found out that there was a rumour on Late Night Leeds, we heard it, didn't we, about Yacobiol and Stack being out, and it actually came to fruition that those rumours on Wacko were actually true. So the lineup came out, and it was obviously a bit gutting to see them miss. Obviously, James Justin keeps his spot in the heart of the defence. Thought he did a really good job. But yeah, line up to performance. How did you feel it went, buddy?
I thought it was all right. I think it was like... It looked like 2 established Premier League teams just kind of... Well, a lot of the time, it was just a bit of a stalemate, to be honest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember Fulham really having a gilt-edged chance. I think the best chance that they got, worryingly for us, is another one of our keepers having a nightmare and having a clear opportunity to chip him. Messed it up. Good. But other than that, you look at it, you think Aronson should probably score. The ball bounces just before he hits it. DCL has a good opportunity. But, you know, a game like that, Metro with a nice finish. Last minute winners are brilliant, aren't they? They're just fucking brilliant. And the thing is about it, boys, I've got to be honest, watching from the TV, the atmosphere sounded pretty poor. Through most of the game, if I'm not going to lie, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but Fulham were coming across on the TV like they were the loudest set of fans for large parts of that game.
The staff especially, I thought, yeah.
So, you know, it was good to see Metro. It was a nice finish, very nice finish. Yeah. I'd say, you know, it's up there. I'd say it's probably, you know, at least in the top 7 or 8 finishes of the season. It wasn't an easy finish. You know, he really did have to get that right technically and with power and all that stuff. So very nice finish from Metro. I'm getting very close to having to make an apology to that guy because I donkeyed him at the beginning of the season. I did. So getting very close to that. Not quite there yet. I'm not ready to swallow my pride on it yet, but I think we're getting there. But yeah, always nice to get a last minute winner. And, like AG said, the crowd went mental, which is nice, I think. Because other than that, I think that will be one of the lesser exciting games to grace Ellen Road this year.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I thought first half, especially AG. I thought the away fans outsung Ellen Road. To be fair, I thought they played better than us. I think we were sort of struggling to build any sort of momentum. I thought from about 55 minutes onwards, I thought we really kicked into action. I thought Gruev, who's been getting a lot of stick, looked okay. I don't mind him in there at all, to be honest. In the absence of Stack, I'll tell you what, AG, what I did notice more than anything with Stack out though, set pieces were poor. Did not like the set pieces. Gruev taking something, Justin took a few. It's a massive loss. Not having Biol as well as that first contact from saying Ampadu throwing. So as set pieces, without Biol being that first sort of like, when he's aiming with a throw, and obviously Stack not taking the corners. I thought we lost quite a lot from those. We didn't look as threatening, did we, from set pieces, pal?
I didn't really look threatening at all. I think James Justin it sort of ended up in about the right area, but the flight wasn't right. And, he wasn't hitting the first man. He did a couple times, I think. But so it didn't look terrible as what he did, but actually there was no whip on it. And then you miss Stack taking, and then Biol, I think, is a massive miss. I think Justin is not a bad cover as a right centre-back in a free. But Bijal, for the attacking set pieces, he's our best attacker of set pieces. He attacks the ball the best. So I think he's a huge miss. And Bornell's actually pretty good at it as well. So that's one argument why you might pick Bornell over Justin, other than the fact Justin's playing very well. The Aronson chance, Bossnass, you talked about, I think he used completely wrong technique. In that situation, you can't side foot it. You got to blast through the ball, try and keep Ndio through it. You can't. You side foot it, if you side foot it, you've almost got to snap it, you've got to like bang and then go backwards. But you can't, that's a really, really difficult skill. And I think you've just got to kick through the ball.
If you decide to side foot it, you've literally got to connect with the ball as it touches the ground.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just going to balloon,
absolutely.
So,
that's the thing. You've always got to just jab at it, haven't you? You've got to side foot and just jab right at the pipe. So you just kick through it. And not hope for the best, because he's a bouncing ball, is tough, but he's got to do better than that. But that's not the end of it. But what was nice is not every, I think I was watching the Inside Ellen Road and Chris said it a few weeks ago. Everyone would have been for the next minute or so, but actually he's got enough credit in the bank now. It's not like that. What else were we talking about? Oh, Darlow coming out. I mean, Darlow I thought was okay. I feel safe with him in goal. But that doesn't really matter. But if he does, he is more assuring, it feels like, than Perry. And Brees said after his kicking wasn't very good. I thought his kicking was okay from what I saw, but maybe didn't look like on TV.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Where is our standard at goalkeeping when we say okay? Are we saying okay because there wasn't a calamity, or are you saying that he had okay performance at, say, the mid-level, what you'd expect from a Premier League keeper? Because I don't think that was what you'd expect of a starting goalkeeper from around the league. So when we say it's okay, is it okay? Or are we just saying it's okay because we didn't concede from an absolute clanger?
Yes. Yeah, well, no, yes. Yeah, that is it exactly. Because, that stupid header that he did was so weak. And if he just chips it in the goal, then it's not okay, is it? It was okay that we kept a clean sheet and he didn't do any clangers. But it's below standard still for the Premier League, but it was okay. But that the ranking him or Perry is the okay element, and Perry's been so shaky. I like Darlow passing it back to him and say he looks quite assured. But in general, like he's clearly not going to be a long-term Premier League keeper for us. So they're not going to look at this window, are they? But it'd be interesting now with Perry how they get him back in, or if they want to get him back in, because I think they will want to. But how they get him back in, because he's got to be better.
Yeah, well, last time we had this sort of problem, he came back in after he went out of form, obviously, but he had a knock, didn't he? And I don't think Darlow deserved to come out the first time. But I think the weight of the price tag on Perry, I think whether that weighs on Farquhar, I sort of go with that sort of notion that he needed to play him. He feels, 16 million quid coming in. Can you just keep playing Mellier's back up last season? Probably not. I think now it will take a calamity from Darlow to come back out, because I don't really see how you can just zip him out after that performance. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant, Bossnass, it wasn't, but it was. It feels safer as a fan when you're at the stadium. It feels safer having Darlow there than Perry. But when we say he's had an okay game, yeah, not okay like what a Prem level keeper has. Okay as in Leeds United, he ain't front ball at back of his neck, sort of okay, and that needs to be better. But it
has to be loads better because I feel like we're almost judging Darlow's performance based on the young lad from Fulham, that Smith Rowe, not finding the back of the net. If that finds the back of the net, we're saying he was a 3 out of 10. What are we going to do here? We've got pretty much a crisis in goalkeeping. The only reason that's stopping us from talking about that is because Smith Rowe didn't have the composure to put it in the back of the net.
100%.
For me,
at the same time, that is football, isn't it? You win the games. So everyone talks about Farke having great subs. You win the game, people talk about Goodison playing really, really well and giving 9s out of 10s. Where actually a couple of chances he had in behind, he just kicks them off the pitch. It was really poor. Like, you win the game, everything's so different. You lose that game, suddenly Farke made bad subs. Goodison should have finished those. Darlow should have done better in this situation. It's just bias, isn't it? Absolutely. Trying to find that middle ground as a fan to go, right, this park the result and actually judge performance is not. Well, I find it really hard.
All right, let me put it a different way, right? So in defence, I can probably point to multiple games where I go, the defence either kept us in this game or we got points out of this game because of the defence, etc. Midfield, you can point to players and go, that midfielder there won us the game. Distribution from free kicks, corners, this, that, and the other, might have scored a goal. The attackers have definitely won us games this year. I can't look at one performance from a goalkeeper and say that goalkeeper kept us in that game. And there's multiple, most teams around the league will be able to point to games and go, that goalkeeper won us points today.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Darlow almost won us points the last time we played Fulham. Almost won us a point. He was outstanding away at Fulham. Even the save from Kevin, but then Goodison. But that's the only game I look at and think, keepers had a worldie that day, and that was Darlow at the Cottage. Obviously, we can't not speak about, just sort of end on Metcher's finish again. So, obviously, I quite like it. Tanaka came on, I thought, upped it a little bit. He sort of gets the pre-assist, plays the ball through to Ampadu, who finds himself in an unusual position, edge of the box, crossing it in. Really good ball, to be fair, in a decent area. And Metcher, his movement's quality on there, and he just sort of dangles a leg out and to volley it in there, brilliant in those dying moments. And like I said, in that Too Good Too shit, he has, 2-0 there with Everton and Fulham, and his clutch moments come up there. We've seen him bury penalties when it's had the pressure on. We've seen him come on there and be an effective player. I think, a lot, like you say, Bossnass, he's got a lot of stick at times. A free transfer, is he good enough? He's definitely good enough for the role he's playing at Leeds United. I'd love to see his play up top. Hopefully that's with a certain Strand Larsen, we'll touch on later. But I think whether he comes on that left wing towards the end of a game, I think either way, it's a big lad in the box who's got a finish on him. And fair play to him for the minutes he's played, boys. 600 odd, 700 minutes. He's on 5 goals now. And, he's won us 2 games there at home. He's got us an extra 4 points out of those 2 draws that would have been I say the penalty at Everton as well. He still had to step up and put it away. I've seen Strauch and Bamford miss from penalty slot at Ellen Road too many times. So he's won us some points as Metcher, and whatever wage he's on, he's justified his role in that squad. And I was made up to see him finish that. And it was an exquisite finish by a massive part of our squad for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's a physical forward who can finish. I definitely wouldn't. I know you mentioned there about putting him on the wing. I don't think his centre of gravity is good enough. I don't think technically he's good enough to take a man on or beat a man.
No, not for long term, but for the last 10 minutes of a game, I don't just get him up pitch for me, wherever that is.
But for me, that I prefer him in that kind of striker role as like a physical forward who can score. I think for free, you can't really complain for free. If you're looking at Premier League standards, you bring in a free striker like that. If they get 4 or 5 goals in a season, you go, well, that was money well spent. Because each goal's supposed to be worth £1 million in the Premier League or so, we're told. So, we've made money if you look at it that way in Metcher, and certainly he'll command a fee where if we do decide to move him on at any point, which I'm not saying we will, but at this point, you picked up a player for free and you'll be able to pick up whatever kind of transfer fee it is. So that's just good business. And his finish out was really good. Really, really good finish.
Excellent finish. He's a good finisher, isn't he? I think at the same time, what he's been is a very good squad player. I wouldn't want to say him starting 4, 5, 6 games in a row up front. I think he'll dry up a little bit. His movement's not quite good enough, I don't think, like DCL's to get those goals. He is strong. He is a bit of a menace. Where he looks his best is starting up front with DCL. And I think that's just not an option in many games, as far as himself. So yeah, I think he's going to carry on being a very good squad option and an occasional starter. That's fine.
Yeah, it does. Do you think he's got the touch of a donkey, boys?
Yeah, it bounces off him like he's got bricks for feet.
As long as it bounces off him and goes in the net, though, that's all right.
The thing is, if he tries to be soft with his feet and try and take a deft touch, like you're saying, no good. If he tries to put his foot through the ball, he can do it with accuracy and put it in the back of the net.
I think he's slightly better than that, but not like he's not Buonanotte. He's not silky at all, is he? He is a bit of a wardrobe.
No, yes. Loads of comments flying in. I'm going to struggle to get through, even bringing some of them on screen. But thank you. Keep commenting. Keep liking, please. There's 208 people watching, and we've got 88 likes. So please smash a like. If you haven't already, it really helps push out to more people. And please subscribe if you are new here. And we are going into, let's be fair, everyone's favourite part of the show, I would suggest.
Mine.
Yeah, it is, you bugger, don't lie. Right, it is, of course. Anyone who don't know, quiz time. It is defeat.
I can do it.
Ladder. Oh, my, I've got my fingers ready. Hold on. Let's go. Boo!
Absolutely nowhere.
Oh, it's that one. It's that. There we go. What
Absolutely nowhere near.
Fool. Nowhere near. All wrong.
Every week.
I'll get it one time. I will get it
absolute
one
shambles.
time. It is. I will get it one time. Anyway, here is our resident quiz master, also known as the Oracle or the Onion, as he got told last week, because he has layers. And I tell you what, mate, you're looking very Mark Beanie right now. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that, mate. Mark Beanie, John Lukic, one of the two.
A bit of retro.
Very retro. How are you doing anyway, Priestley? Are you good? You had a good week?
I'm good. I'm glad it's the weekend and I don't have Leeds United to ruin it.
Well, this quiz might bloody ruin it if it goes wrong. Hopefully we can win. We got defeated. What a question? Did we get to question 10? Question. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Adam's answer were
wrong. A
wrong.
bit of a sore subject.
Yeah, Adam's answer were wrong. I remember it now.
If I can get another Adam crash out tonight, that'd be amazing. that would make for great viewing.
It will. Right. So smash a like. Get involved in the comment section below. Let's get on with the quiz, Mr. Priestley. You big onion.
Is it because he makes people cry?
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah. Double meaning.
Yeah, twats lot of you. I'll start off with an easy one just to get you going.
Go on, then.
God.
Who is Leeds' top Premier League goal scorer?
Ooh.
You're not Mark Viduka.
It must be. It must be Mark Viduka.
I mean, I know that's the obvious answer, but I'm just being obvious.
Top Premier League goal scorer for Leeds United.
Here you go. Some random things he's got to think about every player that's ever played.
He's probably going to come up with something like Luke Ayling, like he did last week.
Yeah.
You can get this one wrong, but also the thing that makes me cautious is it's a bit too obvious for a Priestley question.
It's got to be Mark Viduka, sure.
Why don't we just go with fucking David Weatherall again, Adam? Yeah, I'd say Mark Viduka. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Correct.
Get it.
I don't do trick questions, lads. Don't do trick questions.
He doesn't.
It is correct, Amondo. We take that to the bank. Is everyone being saying in chat? Oh, everyone's got that anyway. Yeah, Viduka, Mark, Viduka. Everyone's got Viduka, haven't they?
I can't believe it took you that long. Jimmy
Floyd, maybe. Nah, who said that? Sean Healy said Jimmy Floyd. Ooh, you're wrong, Healy.
He knows now.
Go on, question number 2. Let's go.
Number 2, career path.
Oh yes, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Again, I've done quite an easy one for you, just to get you, going. Arsenal, Yeovil, Bristol City.
Luke Ayling.
Yeah, I didn't even get to end. That's fair
Come
enough.
on.
I knew that was too easy.
Well, easy, mate. Is that? Come on, mate. Onions are supposed to make me cry, lad. What's going on here?
If you get to question 8 and 9, then we'll see.
Can we play you every week? Can we play you?
Right, yeah.
Right, I'm going for my hardest question now.
Oh, I don't know that.
That's all right, because we got the last one right, so it's good to get an hard question.
This is a bit of a different one because there were a bit of FIFA chat in the group earlier this week. So, which one of these 4 players is Leeds' highest rated player on FIFA?
Oh,
what's
Is
that?
it? Is it Anton Stack, Jakobiol, Lucas Perry, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
Well, I know
I think it's
Calvert-Lewin's Calvert-Lewin's 74, and he's a silver card, and we're fuming at that.
I think it's Perry with an 81.
I think it's Perry.
I were going to go Perry or Stack, so I'm happy to be overruled by you guys.
I'm gonna stick with Perry 80. I think
Perry, yeah.
Has to be one of them two. Perry, final answer.
You're making me look bad, lads.
Get up! Come on, easy. Oh, I'm getting well smug here.
What's his rating, Priestley?
What?
What's his rating?
81.
Well, they got that wrong.
Yeah, I was looking at. I was shocked. Calvert-Lewin with a silver card. I thought.
Do we get like a bonus lifeline? Because I've got the player and the rating.
Yeah, no.
No.
I could do, but that'd be too easy.
Oh, Stacks of 70. James on the planes knows them. I know, Healy. Where's the hard ones?
Sean's calling you out here, Priestley.
Where's the hard
What's he
ones?
saying? I can't see it.
Where's the hard ones?
Where's the hard question?
Oh, the hard ones are coming, don't
Cheers,
they? I noticed before there was a little bit of a traitors chat, so this question will go down well.
I don't know it.
What do these 4 players have in common?
Oh, no.
Rio Ferdinand, Harry Kewell,
No, fucking hell.
James Milner, and Frank Gray.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I ain't gonna lie, boys. I ain't got a chuffing clue about that one. Not a clue.
I'm just trying to think of stuff. Well, obviously, we know where Kewell went, and we won't mention it. We know where Ferdinand. Did they all leave in a relegation year to a rival?
No, Ferdinand didn't.
I'm no good with remembering anything.
That's a great answer. It's not correct, but it's a great answer.
It's a great answer, isn't it? Yeah.
Only thing I've got, but I don't know if it applies to all of them. The Frank Gray one, I ain't got a clue. Milner scored in his debut, and Rio Ferdinand, I think, scored in his debut, but I don't know if the other two did.
I don't think Rio didn't Rio debut at
I thought he
Leicester.
scored from a corner. I thought he scored from a corner.
I didn't think he scored.
Milner scored on his debut, didn't he?
No, Milner did. I don't know I don't know about the other two.
Rio Ferdinand scored on his debut.
I think
No,
I've always thought.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think we played 3 at the back, didn't we? Try and get Woodgate, Radaby. It was away at Leicester, wasn't it? I think.
Did they all leave for a record fee at the time?
No.
Because I was thinking Milner probably not, but I thought Ferdinand did at the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure.
We've got to keep thinking. Well, we can afford to get it wrong, so we can't spend all night on it.
Have we got a thingy on it, Priest? Have we got a lifeline?
All went to teams in red shirts.
Well, they all went to that will be an answer, will it?
I don't know. Liverpool's a red shirt. Man U's a red shirt. Galatasaray.
Yep.
And
Milner didn't go to a team in a red shirt. I think he went to
play for Liverpool at one point.
Yeah, but no, he didn't go to
Leeds.
when.
I mean, you can check the chat, see if they've got any answers if you want.
Can we go with that? We're doing it. Is that lifeline? Lifeline, right? Lifeline.
Yeah.
We're going to check the chat, right? Played for Leeds. That's a good one. Play for teams in red. Went to clubs in red. That's in their Champions League winners. I scored a debut. I want the only one. Hey, look, you'll bug. That's got to be answer, Priestley. Nah, James Milner's not, is it? Championship League. Hey up, Richard, up. You good?
Last game.
Milner never scored his debut. I thought Milner did score his debut. That's
sure
the chat we are, but I don't know if it's going to help. They all scored in the first game. Nige saying went to teams in red. I'd back Nige.
I didn't think Milner did. I thought Milner go to Villa.
Yeah, Milner went to Villa.
They all played for teams in red, didn't they? But is it all to do with Winning attack. No, we had that last time.
I forgot the fourth player. Kjell Ferdinand Milner. Who's the
Frank
fourth one?
Gray.
Frank Gray.
Oh,
I'll give you another clue.
Please do.
The answer has been mentioned in the chat.
oh.
What?
It's not scored on the debut.
From the 7 or 8 that Matty just mentioned, the answer was there.
Scored on debut. I think we've got to go with that.
It's not, surely.
Not that. It's not that. It's not that. Can't tell that by Priestley's.
Can't you tell?
Something to do with Champions League.
Champions League winners. They've all won Champions League, haven't they? They've all won Champions League. That's got to be the answer. Final answer. Locking it in. They've all won Champions League. No, Frank Gray won Champions League.
It would have been the European Cup at the time, wouldn't it?
Right. All won Champions League.
You are right. Frank Gray never won the Champions League.
Oh.
But he did win the European Cup with Forest after he left Leeds.
Are we having it? Is it right?
Yeah, they all won the Champions League or European Cup after leaving Leeds.
I'm not going to lie, boys. I think we scammed that one somehow.
Yeah,
But
but
we'll take
massively. Massively. Thanks to everyone in chat that said that. We'll take that. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you very much. Get up.
Do you
The
remember
streak
about 5 minutes
continues.
ago to all that easy chat and where are the hard questions?
Yeah.
Mate, I would just
Yeah.
try to create a bit of drama. Honestly, piece of piss. I knew that straight away as soon as you said it. Piece of piss. Piece of piss, mate. I was there. Easy.
I was there. But you was there for Frank Gray.
Well, the finish line waiting for everyone else.
Question 5.
Yeah, man.
Which 2 players have played the most and least minutes for Leeds this season?
Whoa, wow. Least minutes, boys. Right. There's got to be Bornow's got to be in there, potentially.
No. Byram.
Yep.
Hang on. What,
Have they got to have played 1 minute at least, though? But because Byram's not.
They have played.
Right.
I'm not going to say like the answers for Leeds.
It's got Byram. Byram come on in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the answer's Alex Cairns because he's not played.
Yeah,
Is it classed as? Are you classing FA Cup as well?
Yeah.
Right. So
Because
Sam Byram's least, and Gabby Goodmanson, I'm sure's played every game, has he?
No,
Ryan.
he sat out. Well, he came on
What?
against City, didn't he?
Well, Gabby Goodmanson. We haven't played anyone else at left back this season. To my
No,
knowledge.
James Justin played left back against City. He started.
You're not counting friendlies, are you, Priestley?
No, only
Yeah.
competitive matches.
It would be Goodmanson unless someone else has started every single game.
Which Rodon had and then he came out for.
Yeah,
I think it's Goodmanson. Gabby.
It's got to be Goodmanson.
Has Aronson played every game? He's played a
No.
lot. No, but he
No,
gets
no,
some
no.
sometimes with 20 minutes to go, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Aronson
No,
and Byram.
Yeah.
Aronson hasn't started. He's not. He's been on the bench for loads of games. Yeah, Goodmanson.
Goodmanson and Byram, yeah.
Yeah, Goodmanson and Byram.
Correct.
Come on.
Goodmanson has played 1,830 minutes.
Yep.
Byram has played a massive 8 minutes.
Wow. The lads are on fire. Come on, we are smashing it tonight, Priestley.
Easy.
Easy.
See, what I'm doing is I'm just going with a load of easy questions to lull you into a false security. Then
So
bam,
we're
question
old.
7.
We're old.
So if fail again on question 10 and it becomes
Yeah, probably.
laughable. Yeah. Now, come on. Question number, whatever it is.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Which of these former sporting champions is not a self-confessed Leeds fan?
Oh.
You've got Josh Warrington,
Well, he is.
Obvious.
Mark Cavendish,
Oh, fucking hell.
Don't know.
Nasser Hussain,
Oh.
and
I don't-
Stefan Edberg.
I
Who?
think Natsu's.
Wow.
Stefan Egberg.
Who the hell is that?
Stefan Edberg, former two-time Wimbledon champion, I think, in the 80s.
I think Cavendish isn't.
Oh,
You
man.
think
Cav-
Nasser Hussain's a Leeds fan?
I think Nasser Hussain is a Leeds fan. Yeah.
Right, okay.
They played
I
for
once slept next to Nasser Hussain on the plane.
Of course you did. Honestly, just name drop. I'm just going to change your name to AG. Mic drop, name drop,
Right.
whatever it is. Honestly.
So we're down to
Did you get your butler to ask him for an autograph?
Do you know what?
Fucking hell.
He was on a bedding next to me on the plane, and I thought it was a little old lady. I kept stepping over her all night.
Can we stop?
I
Can we
don't know
stop for a second? Can we stop? Can we stop for AG is publicly admitting he goes on planes where he has a bed.
No, look,
Oh, my God.
guys.
I'm not being funny, AG, mate, but like, it's all right, sleeping next
You
to
know,
Nasser
you
Hussain,
can have too
but
much money
But
I didn't pay for any of this. I was taken to South Africa to watch the Test match.
do you know when you were
Nice.
laid next to Nasser Hussain? Did you double check his middle wicket? Oh, he's here all week. He never went away. Did it? AG, you posh twat.
Right, so
Right
we've got 2 left. We've got 2 left, which is say the last one again, please.
I ain't got a clue what it is.
So obviously Josh Warrington,
Yeah.
Mark Cavendish,
Right,
Nasser Hussain, Stefan Edberg.
I ain't got. Who's that? Who is he?
I don't think Cavendish is.
Oh, why am I looking at
Stefan Edberg is a 2-time Wimbledon champion.
Right, so
from the 80s.
Cavendish.
I think he won it after Bjorn Borg did.
So is he like Scandinavian? So he could be a Leeds fan.
He's Swedish.
I ain't got a clue about Cavendish. Yeah,
Cavendish. Final answer.
Final answer's what? Sorry.
Cavendish.
Nasser Hussain was a Leeds fan, but he's now an Arsenal fan.
Oh,
Are we right or wrong? What's correct?
You're wrong. He was because he's not a Leeds fan. He was a Leeds fan.
How horrendous is that? What? That is scum of me. That's awful.
And do you know what his reasoning was for not being a Leeds fan?
Why?
He didn't have the heart to go watch lower league games.
oh, fuck off then, man.
No, that what is he realised AG were a Leeds fan. I'm like, fucking hell, he's alright weirdo him. I can't follow with him if he's gonna be.
Yeah.
I am risking bumping it with him at Ellen Road.
Yeah. He touched me middle wicket.
Exactly. I ain't going anywhere. I ain't going to Bell End Road if he's gonna be there.
He had a couple of slips into his gully.
Even better, honestly. Class. As if. Don't want you anyway, Nasser.
Yeah,
Don't want you anyway.
Cavendish is a Leeds fan.
Martin.
And Edberg,
Last time,
Edberg, I believe, took the Wimbledon trophy to Ellen Road in the 80s when he won it.
last time AG went in the box with Nasser Hussain.
AG, but in business or first class?
Business.
He's still
Would you
better than I can ever do. Be fair.
He's strictly business, is AG.
It was a
Strictly
business trip.
He got down to business. I know that. Right, let's move on, please. Come on. Question 69. I mean, 6 or 7.
7. Who was Leeds' first £1 million signing?
As in the first player to hit $1 million, or the first player we signed that was bang on $1 million?
Well, the first player that we signed for £1 million or more.
Oh, gutted. We're going to be like Luke Murphy because he won £1 million. That'd have been the right answer.
Yeah,
first-
I mean, imagine if we'd have not signed Rio Ferdinand.
Was it Lee Boy? Oh, was it Lee Boy?
Lee Bowyer was the record for a teenager, wasn't he, at the time? Like $3.5 million or whatever.
Right. I knew what that name came somewhere.
First £1 million signing.
It's going to be late 90s, isn't it? No, early 90s.
Earlier.
Oh. Won't be Cantona, no.
No.
Rod Wallace, no.
No.
Oh, what it? Oh, been Strachan were about 400 grand or something.
Yeah,
To give you a clue, a helping hand, as it were.
Please. Yeah, good.
So this player was signed for £1 million. 3 days later, we signed another player for £1 million.
Oh, yeah, that work really helps.
That player was Gary McAllister.
Okay.
To give you an idea of the sort of area you're talking.
It won Vinnie Jones, was it? I'm well off with my early 90s stuff. Why have you not said no? I mean, it might be. No.
No, I was just letting you dig a hole for yourself.
Adam, you froze them, mate, honestly. And if I'd have had 20p, I'd have chucked it in your bucket.
I'm just going to go for a guess because I don't know. But if I was going to guess, I'd say, was it Wilcox? Someone like that.
Wilcox?
No, it's too late. It's too late.
Wilcox were well later. Come on, Snatch.
You're about 10 years out.
Not be
Yeah, it's not that much, though, is it? I've got an headache. Lay off me.
That's what I say when I get on scales. It says 20 stone. Well, I'm only 10 stone off 10.
Was it Brian Dean?
Ooh. Hey, you can go with Dino if you want.
Did we get the last one wrong? We did, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Hold on a minute.
Finally, the realization kicks in.
Oh, well, we are getting this one. It's going to be game over.
We got the last one wrong.
Game over this.
Just think that this is question 7. If you're struggling on this, what next are you going to be like?
Yeah, we're knackered on this one.
We're knackered on this one. I'm definitely knackered.
We're talking.
Oh, hold on. Could it be? Oh, you know when you're going to say something really Chapman.
This is a shocker, boys. I'm not going to lie.
It could easily be Chapman era-wise.
Could it be Chapman?
Could easily be Chapman era-wise.
I'm going to go. I think Chapman over Dean.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Era-wise. Yeah.
Lee Chapman, final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh! Fuck.
Who was it?
John Lukic.
Oh, what?
Oh. He's wearing bloody top and all, I think. Something like he'd wear.
You said his name earlier on, and I just thought that's a bit of foreshadowing.
Fuming. That's piss poor, that. That is piss poor.
It's a shocking performance, especially if... No,
Yeah,
actually,
but
I won't say that.
remember like 10 minutes ago when you were saying
right?
where are all hard questions? I mean...
Okay. John Lukic, well played. Fireman Paul, well played. Oh, I'm fuming with that. Fucking hell. Right, anyways.
What's left? There's speed round the three left.
Yeah, 3 left. Fuck.
Speed it.
Wounded.
Okay, so Peter Lorimer is Leeds' all-time top goal scorer. Who's second?
Right, go back to that. No, Matty, go back to that Roger Slicker thing. That one, according to me, mate, it's called. I can't change what the Guardian say, can I?
What? How much was he? How much was he?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. But I got my questions from 2 reputable papers, so I can only do what I can do.
You can, lad. You can. Right, what was that, Priestley?
Second top scorer.
Peter Lorimer is Leeds' all-time top goal scorer. Who is second?
I should know this. Oh, I think it's Sniffer Clark.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, it's Clark, I think. I've seen this other day, I'm sure it is. Sniffer
Right?
Clark, final.
Final answer. Clark, final answer.
Oh,
This is turned into a
It's John Charles.
of course it is. It's Sniffer Clark 3.
Yeah.
Oh, why can't I just read? Honestly, why can't I just read? Honestly, I did Biff, Kipper, and Chip books at school, and I haven't read since, and I'm knackered. Remember Floppy Dog? I could read them with my eyes closed.
No idea what that is.
Floppy the dog. You can get tablets for that.
Oh,
Oh God, wounded mate. Yeah,
Remember
John
Flat
Charles.
Stanley?
Oh, Flat Stanley. Yeah, class.
class ball.
Are we doing 9 and 10?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If these two ever shut up, you can, yeah. Who scored Leeds' last hat-trick in a domestic cup?
Oh.
You see, type of questions like that, I'll never get them.
Samu
My memory is
Saiz.
just not,
Samu Saiz.
No, I think it was Ross
Samu
McCormack.
Saiz. Okay, the answer is Samu Saiz.
I'll go Beckford.
Is it Samuel Saiz? Do you actually know that? Samuel Saiz? There's no way Saiz.
Out of the 3 answers you've given, McCormack, I don't believe, ever scored a hat-trick in a domestic cup. And the other 2 were wrong anyway. It were Kemar Roof.
Remember him? Kemar
In
Roof.
a 5-1 win against Newport County in the League Cup.
Take that, Newport.
Take that.
Boys, this has been an absolute shocker performance. All I can do is apologise to the regular watchers of Beat the Ladder.
Yeah.
It's been a game. It's been a quiz of 2 halves.
Are you ready? Are you ready for question 10?
Yeah, it's been the easiest one.
So you can sort of see where my mind's at with difficulty.
Yep.
Right, and this is a very tenuous link to Leeds, so you'll have to bear with me.
Right, okay.
Which former Leeds United loanee is the only English player to start a Champions League final and not win a cap for England?
So Loney. Leeds Loney.
Former Leeds loanee, only English player to start a Champions League final and not win an international cap.
Do we get his nationality?
Yeah, English, which is why I said the only English player to start a Champions League final.
All right.
Sorry, Bossnass.
Mate, I've got an headache. I've had one all night. I nearly.
Right, so Loney.
Yeah.
Did Jake Livermore get an England cap? Oh, he never made a European final. Jake Livermore. Think of all those weird players. Right? Jake Livermore, Andros Townsend.
Yeah, I was thinking. Ross Barkley, but
Ross Barkley, Jermaine Pennant, Lennon. We had Lennon. Yeah. I don't know.
I think Ross Barkley's played for England, hasn't he?
Yeah, Ross Barkley's got a fair few.
I'd say Andros Townsend out of them lot, but
He did. Yeah, he played loads for England, though, didn't he? He actually scored quite a few goals for England. Out of those ones I've said, Pennant didn't play for England, I don't think. But then again, I think he might have done. I don't know.
Oh, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, I feel like I might. Yeah, I don't know, boys. I don't know. I'm gonna go Pennant, but I think he played for England.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think Pennant, but I think he played for England, so it will be a no.
Final answer?
Final answer, mate. Ridiculous
How
quiz.
have you got question 10 right and you got it wrong?
Hold on, is it right?
Yeah.
I'm already over it wrong. Hey.
Jermaine Pennant started the Champions League final in 2007.
And I never got that, but I've just got all these weird loan players we had. I remember having Pennant on loan, but I actually thought we might have signed Pennant for a year, but obviously not.
Pennant started for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Did he start? Wow. Mad, isn't it? I don't know what I'm saying.
2007 Champions League final against AC Milan.
You get to
That's mental. The miracle in Istanbul.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Great
Look
game.
at that. Everybody said Pennant.
Everyone knew it.
Everybody. Even you, Healy. Even Healy knew it. Ankle tag. Have it. Oh, well. Well, that was an absolute disaster on this week's Defeat the Ladder. Absolutely wounded, boys. Not going to lie. I wait for that. I wait for that all week.
I thought we was going to absolutely just sail through that then.
Yeah, I'm good.
I told you, full sense of security, mate.
Bremner wants 20 questions. Not that. Well, first 5 would piece of piss. Game of 2 halves, I said earlier. Game in 2 halves. Second half.
I can't wait that quiz in February, me.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
What year was
we maybe do like a 20 questioner for a Christmas special maybe one time.
Yeah.
Next Christmas.
What year was Ruth's hat trick?
I don't know. It was after the Saiz one.
Oh, right.
If you're going to complain about the answer, I took the answer off LUFCdata.com.
I'm not going to complain, but now you said Saiz scored a hat trick. That's all that matters to me because I thought he did.
Yes, Saiz scored a hat trick, yeah, but then I think Ruth got one the season after.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant. Right then, Priestley, thanks so much for your time, as always, when it comes to the quiz. But please give me your score prediction ahead of Monday before you go. I'll see if you get it right.
2-0 Leeds.
2-0 Leeds. We will take that, mate. Sign us out with your usual. Thanks so much for being here.
Back out.
See you later, buddy. Cheers, bro.
See you later.
See you later, bro. Love you, man. Bye-bye, mate. Bye. Fuck out. People who don't know get to know, or you'll think Priestley's a twat, and he's not. Oh, boys, that's shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking, lads.
I've never been on the other end of it. You know, when it's like a proper deflating loss, it actually does feel rubbish when...
I'm gutted.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. Yeah, multiple choice. It should be easier in hindsight. Well, the first 5 questions were sound, and then it all went to pot, boys.
That did get very hard, to be fair.
Yeah, very hard. Very hard. But it is what it is. Anyway, boys, I want to move on. And before we get into, obviously, Monday's game and stuff, we've had a bid rejected for JSL. Not JLS, as I said earlier. Everybody, yeah. I'm not doing that again because Adam will take his shirt off. I know he loves a boy band, does Adam? Don't you, Adam? You love a boy band. Before we go into it, we're on 132 likes. Please smash the like button. If we get 150 likes in the next 20 seconds, Adam will take his shirt off. So... Not being funny, but he didn't say. I don't know why I'm saying that like everybody's dying to see. Woo! Like, smash like. Everyone's clamoring across the room. Smash that fucking like button now. Oh my God. Look at Agger's chest. Look at Agger's chest.
Get to see his Nasser Hussein tattoo.
I want to see Matt. I don't want to see Matt. Nasser Hussein tattoo. Come on, Adam. He'll show you his middle wicket. Right, anyway, look at that. Anyways, right, so we've had a bid rejected today. Big news came out today. We've put a bid in, been rejected. Tell you what, boys, just straight off the bat, I was a little bit, when it came out that we'd made 30 plus add-ons, I ain't going to lie, I was a little bit shocked that was our opening bid. I presume our opening bid was 30 plus add-ons, which for me takes you about 35, I would say. I'm surprised we didn't go a little bit lower. Or do you think 30 is a fair start? Because for me, 40 is too high when they are going to be relegated, and there's rumours out there, not confirmed, that there is a relegation release clause. for maybe 25. Surely in middle, I would have thought 30 would have done it plus add-ons.
I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is too, because you got to remember he'll be going away with Erling Haaland and crew before we have in the summer for the World Cup. And if he has a good World Cup, you're looking more than, because Newcastle were nearly willing to pay 50, weren't they? So
Newcastle paying 55, yeah.
I don't think they qualified, by the way.
No way. Did they not?
I don't think so.
I don't think it'll happen anyway, the way America's going, but
well, yeah. Rounding up footballers. Where did the 30-35 come from?
I have no idea.
Some journalist who had a fair few thousand on X like they usually do. I couldn't tell you his name, but yeah, I'd actually seen on another show someone had put the clipping up. I couldn't tell you his name, but yeah, it looks like it's 30 plus add-ons, which I thought would have done it if I'm honest, boys.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah, well, they've been quoted as they want 40, don't they?
Yeah.
They've been quoted so I think they've already said they wanted 40. We knew they wanted 40 before we put our bid in, right? So an opening bid, really, when you're going in with your opening bid, both teams know, Leeds and Wolves know, that's just your opening gambit. That's always going to get batted away. So naturally you're going to be preparing a second bid, which will be closer to what you're actually willing to pay. So I think if they can meet in the middle, it'll happen.
Yeah, I think it's exactly.
There you go. Sebastian Norway has been qualified.
They have qualified, yeah. A lot of people in Chatham are saying it's far too much money. 30 plus add-ons is too much money. I really don't go along with that notion, mate. What about you?
I think Strand Larsen's a really, really good Premier League striker, and I think he could change the way we play. I don't know how we fit him in. That'd be quite interesting. But the whole thing of the bid and the value, the clubs have spent time talking. So whatever we've bid is below every discussion we've had with Wolves. They must be 40 plus, whatever it is. So we got in 30-35, and I feel like if we're willing to go to that number, we'll be willing to go 40 as well. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so.
And also, if we're bidding, we've talked to his camp. I mean, his agent's a season ticket holder at Leeds United, so we're talking, he's keen on coming as well. So I think on that basis, those numbers there are thereabouts, and they can't be that far off the table. Like Smith said earlier, they're still talking. So if they're that far apart, it would have been over by now. I think there's a deal to be done there, and I think the only way it's scuppered is another club comes in, and the only other club likely wants to stay in the Premier League is probably Crystal Palace, but they'll have to get Mateta out first. So that's why we're trying to get him quickly now, because they want to get Mateta out first. But if I'm Strand Larsen, by the way, I'd rather come to Leeds United than Crystal Palace as well. Even Crystal Palace in the Premier League for a long time, all those sorts of things. I think Leeds feel like quite an up and coming team at the moment. So I'd rather come to Leeds. So actually, after today's events, I think it will get done. They wouldn't be doing a first bid if it was miles off what Wolves want. They wouldn't bother. So there's probably a deal to be done there.
We've seen it as well before, haven't we, boys, where Leeds do put a bid in. Remember when we got Gus Hamer and we just went in so low that it was just laughable that we even put a bid in it. And this was actually, the way they put a bid in were one thing, but to where it's about 30, if it got unconfirmed, I think it is 30 million. That's a big bid for Leeds United to slap down on the table. Yeah, like I say, I think it's a little bit too high for opening offer, but this notion that he isn't good enough, I don't agree that he isn't good enough. You look at his numbers this season. I think there's so much context to be applied to 1 goal, 1 assist in that Wolves side. 20, I think it's 19 or 20 games he's played. But I mean, even our game he started on bench and only came on after about 60 minutes. He hadn't started a game for last month. I think, he's probably only started maybe half of those 19 games, 20 games. So I look at him and I do think you've got to go really off his form last season, first season coming into England, got 14 goals. He got 13 goal season before at Celta Vigo. He had, you've just lost Cunha. They've lost a couple of really good creative players at Wolves. And, I mean, look at DCL last few years at Everton, boy, with zero creativity, weren't pulling up trees at Everton. He's come to Leeds. Under Farker in this system, be interesting to see, won't it, boys, how he fits the side. But I think playing for Leeds under Farker right now, I think he'd get goals, whether it's as a 2, as a solo striker.
Could I just go back one though as well? Sorry, with the bid, I say they've been talking, so that's the value they've obviously come up with there or thereabouts. The bid leak has not come from Leeds side because it wouldn't do. So it's come from Wolves side. Yep. So Wolves are leaking the bid because they want a bidding war. So they want to sell Strand Larsen. So actually, I say the only club that probably come in is Palace, There's obviously, I mean, a couple of others potentially, maybe, you know, Brighton's, Fulham's, I don't know. They've all got strikers, but ultimately, that's why I say I think there's enough to look around it. Because also on Sky Sports said, but obviously they've released it, but they've also then said, but we're happy to keep hold of him. That's obviously not the case if they're leaking this information. That's
He's
not
going
what's
to be.
happening.
He's going to be at squad tomorrow as well. Apparently, they asked.
Yeah, of course.
He's going to be at squad tomorrow. He'll be on bench, I would assume. But it's a
Yeah.
crazy one because I do believe Adam. They want to sell him, like you say. It's come from their side. They want a
They
bidding
do want to
war.
sell him.
Yeah, they will play him tomorrow. He'll start on the bench and he'll probably
Yeah.
come on towards that end, which is always a risk. But I definitely think he's good enough, boys. Like I say, I'm a little bit. It's a bit of a mad one bringing him in. I think right now, I think it's a signing that they want for the summer, but because it's probably viable now. Yeah, in the summer they'll be cheaper, boys, but there'll be more people after him for 25 million. But I wanted to get your opinion on this. I think it could become a bit of an unusual transfer. We sign him, say, yeah. And unless DCL gets injured, Strand Larsen will partner DCL, I would presume. Because I don't think you're just going to drop DCL, right? You may have a different opinion, Adam. But if we bring in Strand Larsen, I think 2 up top would be the way we'd go, which I think the 3-5-2, Metchard and Calvert-Lewin's worked. I think Strand Larsen and DCL would be the preferred option, right? Where does that leave Buonanotte? Why is he signed for Leeds?
Do you know what? I think this is the interesting point about it. Why do we want him? I think, as you say, the market availability, there's an opportunity in the market. They think the opportunity is now. So we'll buy a striker now, that probably a deal we wanted to do in the summer, but the deal is to be done now.
Yeah.
So it's forward thinking for the next 4 or 5 years. He'll become our main number 9 in theory. And then the knock-on effect of DCL. DCL a bit clearly likes being the main man and gets the best out of him. I think Farke doesn't really want to play 2 up front, regardless of personnel. So away at Newcastle, Everton, probably same on Monday. Away at Liverpool, we played a sort of diamond in midfield and a back 5 with 1 up front, and Stack and Aronson was putting the forward. I don't see how 2 forwards start in any of those sorts of games at all. Like even this weekend, you move Okafor out, you put Strand Larsen in, Aronson more central. So suddenly play 2 up front. I say the press is different, the defense is different. Everything's so different about it, and it'd be quite interesting to see how this works. I know he's a very good player, but Buonanotte would be fighting out with Aronson, so that's a different sort of thing. But because I think you will be able to slot one of them 2 in there. But I can't see how Strand Larsen and DCL. I'm not sure how that works together in the grand scheme of things.
I'll just I'll put forward a different argument in the sense of, I think, if you look from the Man City game forward, since we've figured out how to play within this league, and you look at DCL and the way he's been scoring, and this is going to be Mr. Obvious, Captain Obvious comment of the year. But when you've got a striker that's in form, or a Premier League proven striker that's relatively injury-free and in form, makes staying in a division like this a hell of a lot simpler. And I think they have a genuine worry. And it's all right to say we've kept Calvert-Lewin fit until this point. Just because you've done something to this point does not guarantee it.
100%.
Or even all the rest of this season. And I look at this team now, and my biggest worry is, yes, we've got 2 poorish goalkeepers, but the rest of the team is good enough to keep you out of trouble, really.
Yeah.
But if you lose that striker, if you lose the spearhead of Calvert-Lewin scoring those goals in and around, even though Metchard does chip in, but if you lose that main component of your goal scoring and he goes out, how do you feel about this team then? How would you feel about the team with Strand Larsen and DCL?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. But what the interesting part of the interesting dynamic is that you don't have to spend 35 million on that backup guy. If that's your main concern, it's not about someone coming to start with DCL, it's about backup. You can probably go and get 15, 17, 18, 20 million and get a decent backup, or even loan someone.
Yeah, well, this is where we have to disagree then, because when I look at the Premier League now, the standard across the league, all the good teams have between 30 to 40, 45 million pound players across the bench. And that ain't even going in, that's not just the top 6. That's down to, if we want to play in this league, that's the standard we have to get to. And I think we've now got a team that can keep us in this league. And we've got to get out the mindset of championship leads and think, well, this is what we're competing against now. This is what we have to replicate, if not do better than. So
I agree with that as well. But it's down to the club whether they see the backup striker as the glaring gap in the squad. If that becomes a glaring gap in the squad as a backup striker, if it was 35, 40 million, it's still a lot of money. If we're getting Strand Larsen 35 million, it's not about it. You're absolutely right. If DCL's out, you start one man. Strand Larsen's there.
Yeah.
He's still a goal scorer, still a really good player. There'd be no, and that's how we alleviate all fears of that, of course. But I think if you pay, I think we're buying him to start him as well, which is different. We're talking about parallel conversations there, but I think we are buying him to start him. And that's,
but you think to drop DCL in certain games?
No, I don't. I think you want to get both of them in the side.
Yeah, so that's how I see it. So I don't see where Buonanotte fits, and it's a wasted move for him, in my opinion.
Well,
because
I think
you're saying he fights for Aronson, right? But in my head, 3-5-2. If we sign Strand Larsen, right? 3 central midfielders: Stack, Ampadu. No Tanaka, no Gruev. Aronson will have to be that advanced 8 out of those 3 for me. Then you got your wing backs, you got your 3 centre backs. Where does Buonanotte play? Off the bench as an impact player when you change formations during a game.
I don't think that'll be the case. I think it'll be a 3-4-1-2 in that instance, and then the 1 is the option of the full guys and Aronson and Buonanotte, I think, fighting out for that 1. And that's absolutely fine. The full guys are then your Perot's, who's going to stay, the Nontos, the Metchers, the Okafors. Of course, they're all backups. Premier League got to be on the squad, but actually, I think that'll be the sort of set in stone side. I think it will be, and even last game we saw 3-4-3. And Fark says most of the time he's playing a 3-4-3. Even away at Newcastle, it's almost a 3-4-3, but because Stack and Aronson played ahead of Gruev and Ampadu. Then what happened when you defend and sit back? Those two go. Stack goes right midfield, Aronson goes left midfield, and you go to a 4-5-1. Oh, sorry, 5-4-1. Sorry. So there's a lot of flexibility in that, and that's where I see Strand Larsen again. That flexibility leaves completely. Like, if you drop on your 5, you've only got the 2 centre midfielders then, and then Aronson or Buonanotte ahead of them. So then it's maybe a 5-3-2. But then you're leaving 2 up front all the time. And they are 2 forwards. There's no getting them. It's not Okafor that might jump into left. It's not Aronson that can play 10 or Nonto that fill in. So that's where I think is really, really interesting. Bossnass said, I was really excited about this summer. Spend 120 million on 3 players. That's how we move forward as a club. Absolutely 100%. But and I say the market opportunity is now. That's why they probably pushed that summer spend into this window. So it's quite interesting. So, and Strand Larsen does cover. I want to get him done. And anyone worried about his quality, I know you're going to give him a chance anyway, but honestly, give him a chance. Watch it. He's a class footballer. He's a really, really good footballer, and he will add to Leeds United, and he'll make us better.
100%.
For me, it's like what Adam said there. They always talk about it as well. We've heard it from Farke and Prague. We're always awake to opportunities.
Yep.
And this is what this is. This is an opportunity that might not be there in the summer because there'll be more teams.
Yeah.
With a spot, there's a lot more movement. Like Napoli have just let Lorenzo Luca go to Forest.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they don't show an interest within the next 48 hours? Whatever. So the opportunities here now. We've got. I think you move fast, you move decisively, and I can't live. I personally don't want to live in a world where Leeds only have one really striker that you would say can score the level of goals that we. And besides which, just because someone starts a game, don't mean they have to finish a game. I'm quite happy with. Calvert-Lewin playing 60, Strand Larsen coming on for 30 if he's not quite doing it, and vice versa. You've got genuine competition on the training ground. I don't think DCL's even slightly worried about Metcher taking his spot off him. I don't think that's a real scenario.
Yeah.
So
there isn't much pressure, is there, applied to DCL?
No.
The only pressure he's got is on himself to stay fit. He ain't really got anyone pushing him.
Yeah, I honestly, because we always think of it in like a perfect scenario. Is he going to get into this? Is he going to start in 11? 35 million is a lot of money this, that, and the other. We've got to get used to the world where, because we was out of the Premier League for a long time, 35 million quid, it's a lot of money to everyone here apart from AG, but 35 million quid, it's not massive amounts of money in the Premier League anymore.
No, it's not. It seems it to us, but yeah, it's not. And I'm really interested to see how Leeds play this, because obviously we want him. We know that a bid's gone in. The longer we leave it, maybe there'll be other sharks circling, but we saw this with Pajau. We've seen this with a few players of that sort of next level where Leeds have had an interest, and it's not being able to get done over the line, boys. We haven't been able to do it. And for me, it's all like coming out and saying you want him and putting a bid in. For me, this one has to be done. If Leeds really want him and they see him as a long-term striker for Leeds. They need to get this one done. We can't just always be the nailing men when it comes to these transfer dealings. You know,
Yeah,
Parag
100%.
talks about, don't you boys, doing contracts negotiations in his sleep, and you know, Underwood, Blunderwood, whichever side of the fence you sit on, they got a lot of deals right. There's only a couple of players out of those 10 they brought in that, you know, your Perry and your Okafor were all a little bit. 8 of them, I think we're all pretty happy with. This one is one of those big next tier signings, and we've missed out on them time after time. So this would really stamp our authority and give the fans, I think, a little bit more encouragement to not only we're going to stay up this season, but there's actually some ambition there, which a lot of fans didn't believe were there with 49ers. So there's a lot more than just signing. It can really, you know, spike, you know, such a positive outlook from everyone.
Yeah, it's proof in the pudding as well. You know, we saw what happened with Sunderland when they signed Granit Xhaka. That made the next 4 or 5 signings a lot easier to do.
100%.
You have an Anton Starker, Strand Larsen, DCL, Gabby Goodmanson. Going into this summer, it will be the pull of Leeds United will be a lot stronger, and it'll be a lot easier to attract names. You know that we were struggling to do the summer just gone. But can I just say, I love the comment from Norway Whites, bro. That made me laugh.
I'm nowhere near that. Hold on. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Are you sure you were there? No way, White. Are you sure?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sam. I'm same, Sam. I wish they'd play a little bit more. But
I think what you said about actually, you've almost convinced. Bossnass is right. Like you haven't got to go. You know, like that's your 11, and everyone else isn't going to start. So how does this ever work? Like, because if that's the case, you wouldn't have a squad at all. So you're quite right in that thought process. And actually, what we've seen recently. It's almost a 3-6-1 away from home. It's almost like the 2 wing backs, a diamond midfield, and then the one up front. That's why, like with Aaron's in the tip, Stack, Grew Evans, Amper in the 4 in diamond, and the wing backs. Actually, at home, we've regularly gone to the 3-4-3, and in that, and it's Okafor. Swapping Okafor for an Okafor defensively isn't fantastic anyway. Getting a 6'5" goal scorer up there alongside DCL, and this 40 wouldn't spend that. Every spot in the Premier League is worth 3 million. If they're sincerely budgeted on PSR for 17th, if Strand Larsen comes in, you've got the backup goal scorer, and you can get 2 places higher. We spend 40 million on him. This round of PSR, he'll cost us, I mean, on a 5-year contract, for example, that's £8 million a year on amortized. So 6 months left, that's only 4 million. 2 Premier League places, you're making 2 million. So if he comes in and actually can make that much more likely, he pays for himself for the next 6 months on that transfer fee anyway. And that's like, you know, like Premier League, there's so much money in the Premier League, finishing higher, cup runs, European qualification, obviously way off, all those sorts of things. You haven't got to worry about 3, 4, 5, 6 million. And all we're doing is pushing some of the summer spend into January. So as long as we've got the money, it's not about cash flow, it's not about budget, it's about PSR. So as long as it works for PSR, and the club can make it work PSR, if they're comfortable with that, I don't care if it's 30 or 40 minutes. It doesn't make any odds to me. No odds at all.
You think it comes down to the structure really as well? Because I know they've rejected a £30 million bid, but we don't know how much Leeds are willing to pay now, up front, obligation. And obviously, I think when it comes to PSR, it probably means we have to sell someone, but that doesn't have to happen until just before 30th of June. So we can kick that can down the road a little bit longer. But we saw something similar a couple of seasons ago when we needed to sell Cree Somerville, and we didn't quite get that over the line. And then a big player, Archie Gray had to get sold to a player we didn't want to go for that reason, because that was the easy one. That could be done before. So that's a little bit of a worry. But Leeds could make the deal happen and kick the can down the road a few months, couldn't they, AG?
Yeah, well, I keep name dropping now, but you saw the conversation I had with Graham Smith last week. I was texting him back and forth, and he said exactly what he said on Inside Ellen Road, and we're back and forth on PSR and stuff. But exactly the same as that. The PS we can make it work PSR. There's room. There's end of the season. There's players you can sell. If Harrison going, say we got he stays on 40 grand, and Fiorentina covering his whole wage, that's £1 million off the book straight away. No, they're not. No, but you know, say Perot goes and we get his whole wage covered, loaned out somewhere. That's £1 million probably covered for the rest of the year. It takes. You know, Nonto goes to you can sell Nonto in the summer. Say you don't want to sell him really, but you want 25, but he goes for 18. He goes for 15, it covers it off again. You haven't got to do a lot to cover this money off. That's why when selling players that are assets that haven't got a lot hanging over them transfer fee wise, you net all of that figure. So PSR isn't really that hard to juggle as long as you're good at it. The club's not proved themselves quite good at it yet.
You could also structure it like you could also pay a loan fee and then the rest. So you could, you know, I mean, I know Juventus are just getting this Nasiri guy, this Moroccan striker. I think Leeds will link to him, and they're paying so much up front in a loan fee and then clearing the balance in the summer. So
100%.
There's so many ways to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. You loan him till the 30th of June. It kicks in that first day, guaranteed, 1st of July. As long as you stay up, you pay him X amount. You might end up paying £5, £6, £7 million more because you're kicking it down the road a little bit more and you guarantee it as long as you stay up. But that's fine. So, yeah, there's loads of ways around this.
He's definitely worth the 40, innit, boys, for me. He's worth 40. I think when you got to look at him, he's 25. Yeah, everyone keeps looking at this season. But, I mean, if you see the goals he put away last season, Adam, left foot, right foot, volleys, tap-ins, headers, he's honestly, he's really creative in the box. A bit like, I've seen his highlight reel, and a few of his goals were similar to Metch's against Fulham. Just gets a leg in there, dangling. He's just an awkward player to play against, 6'5". And the thing with him, 25 years of age, at 40 million, I think he's that good, boys, where 40 million might not be his highest transfer fee. I think he could go again, boys, and that's what you have to look at as a side like Leeds United. Bring him in, 2 years, 27, hits his prime, 50, 60, 70. Exactly that is possible with this signing. That is a possibility.
There's no window like the Premier League. There's no shop window like the Premier League.
How much did we sign Rodrigo for at nearly 30 years of age? 27, 28 million quid.
Yeah.
Compare it to that 4 or 5 years ago. Rodrigo Moreno signing for close to 30 million quid. Night and day. Night and fucking day. Anyone saying that he isn't good enough, compare it to that transfer. Trust me.
Anyone saying he isn't good enough, I say everyone's entitled to opinion, of course they are. But what I would say is look at his goals, look at what he can do, look at his ability, look at his ceiling. And actually, to be fair to Fark's good. The players he likes, he's good at getting the right things out of them. So 100%. I think, and Strand Larsen, what you're buying there is someone that's very close to being 20 goals a season Premier League striker. And if you buy a 20 goal season Premier League striker, 40 million is absolute snip. It's cheap, incredibly cheap.
I feel like I'm on a different planet with this signing. I really do, because for me, I wouldn't say it's a statement signing, but it's definitely we have arrived kind of signing.
Do you know what? It's a Premier League signing, is what it is. A Premier League club signing.
Yeah, and do you think
for Leeds, I feel like it is a statement sign because it'll be the first one we've done where we've gone not Longstaff at 12 million, a regular Premier League player, a proper Premier League striker.
We've got to stop being scared of our own shadow in the transfer market, because nobody respects it. Nobody gives it any time of day. You've got to puff your chest out, be confident, present your project like it's not, it's a factual thing that's going to happen, and things like this can happen. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, me too, mate. And I actually thought I'd do a bit of digging with Wolves fans, because I've seen so many Wolves fans commenting saying, have him, we'll drive him well the road, he's shy, not bothered. And I've seen a Wolves fan on TikTok, who big licks out there. Every time there's any news, he's out there, chest out. Latest video, Leeds, 40 million, have him, shy. And all that. Went back on his TikTok, thought, let me go back 6 months. Oh, signed a new deal. Absolutely delighted. What a player. Rejected watch these videos. Oh, we've rejected this from Newcastle. What a player Strand Larsen is. All singing the Strand Larsen song. Absolutely love him. Best striker we've had in years. Roll 6 months later. Worst player they've ever seen. Salty.
Gets right on my tits.
Of course it
does. Gets right on my tits.
We saw it with Leicester, didn't we, with James Justin? We saw it with Leicester.
Yeah, but you get it everywhere, man. You get you just get these kind of like, it almost feels like some people are like emotionally unstable. Do you know what I mean? Like 1 minute something's the best thing in the world, and the next minute it's the worst thing in the world, and it's like there's no middle ground whatsoever. And do you know, like, honestly, sometimes you go on social media, you look at some of the comment sections from rival fans in each other's stuff, and it's disgusting, mate. Honestly, it's ram. You get some real dog water comments from people. I just think honestly, it can be a really toxic place to be sometimes. But that's just part and parcel of it. You will just get people turning the back on players like that.
Before we move on from transfer sort of dealings, just want to touch on left back. So obviously, let's be fair, boys. Gabby Goodmanson may be out of the game, which we'll touch on when we come to the preview for the Everton game. There's been this guy linked today. Chilwell is a goer, apparently. That surprises me. I'm not too sure if that is a thing. I've seen a few people on the rumour mill speak about it a few hours ago. Ben Chilwell, been out of Strasbourg, obviously Chelsea, 29-year-old, injury-prone player. We only need a backup for me. If Chilwell's fit and able, I would have him, but I'm not going to go there just yet because I haven't read no articles about it. But left back, boys. The news that Gabby Goodmanson's a doubt. I think he'll play because he doesn't sound. I think being Monday, it gives him. I think if it was Saturday, he probably would miss it. But it goes to highlight that area for me. You said earlier, Bossnass, we lose DCL and we haven't got Strand Larsen. Massive problem. Gabby Goodmanson's the same. Probably worse because he's probably no one who can play that role naturally because no one else is left-footed in the squad. You know, you're either playing Byram or Justin. So Gabby Goodmanson, if he is out, that is a major problem for Leeds United. And probably the easiest deal to do is bring in a backup left-back for me. We never do the easy stuff first, do we? I don't know why we've left it again 3 weeks into the window.
Yeah, it's really easy. Really, I mean, just pull up a database and you'll see how many left backs are in Europe. There's tons of them. Yeah, you've got to find a decent one that can do a job in the Premier League. But also be happy to know that you're clearly number 2. But Premier League wages, look, some footballers are all about the football. Spoiler: a lot of them are about the money. So, you find one that's more interested in the money than the football, but can do a job and just go out and do it. But again, it's one of those things where we have got a few weak links in although we've got a very strong and able team for a team that's been promoted from the Championship last season. We've got those couple of weak links, and we're just hoping and praying that neither of them actually become our downfall in a sense, because Premier League teams they know our strengths and weaknesses, and they will target that side of the pitch or those kind of things. That's why I always feel like when we play teams, they're always more encouraged to take shots from outside the area against our goalkeepers, and it annoys me because you see some teams where they'll play close triangles in and around the area, and often they'll get broken down. But against Leeds, they'll just ping one off, and you're like, that's because we've got a problem in the net. But yeah, I think it's a problem easily sorted. Probably sorted for 6 to 10 million, probably.
I reckon so, and that's all it needs for backup, I think. But yeah, AG, you agree? Just quickly, left back definitely needed before window shuts. Definitely.
I'll take it now. We're playing 3 at the back. I think when we're playing 4 at the back, Justin could cover left back because there wasn't as much attacking onus. Now in our wing backs, there's a lot of attacking onus, and we haven't got another left footer. People talk about Harrison do it. Harrison can't tackle, defend. It was a terrible idea to ever try and play left back. Terrible idea. Glad he's gone. The gap's there. So yeah, a backup left wing back would be very useful.
Yeah, Aloni from
100%. If you just get through to the end season, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd take Chilwell though. I would take him till the end of the season. I'd risk it. Yeah, not playing every game. I'd risk it.
He's very different to Goodmanson, but yeah, left foot, very sure, good footballer. He's only 29, I think. Very good footballer.
Yeah, 29. Ask Gemini says as well, lads. I know it's not a left back, but why can't we just have Rafinha back? Why can't we? Just not really fair, is it?
I don't think I was 55 million. I think we sold him for less than 55 million. I think.
I'm not too sure. Anyway, boys, that's enough of the transfer waffle. Anyone who hasn't seen this show before will not have a clue what's going on for the next 3 or 4 minutes. It is what it is. If you know, you know. If you don't, get to know. But who the hell this week is in Matt Heath's teeth?
I'm in total disbelief, but who the hell is that in Matt Heath's teeth?
Now then, boys and girls, each week I put an obscure ex-Leeds United player inside Matt Heath's teeth. If you know, you know. If you don't, you are about to know. This week's player inside Matt Heath's teeth is... It might be too small to see. I never get the scale right. Who is that striker that played only 4 games for Leeds United in 2008 in League One, scored 1 goal in a 3-1 win against Stockport County, played the majority of his career at Derby County, also played 11 games for England under-21s. I think if you can, it's a pristine picture of his face, to be fair. And I did what you asked, Bossnass. I said what you said, Bossnass. Don't put a big image, just put his face on. And I've done that for you. And I want to see if the chat's getting it. I think that's a good picture, mate. I think that's a good picture. Don't go looking at chat either or anything. Just in case.
I'll come out and say this. I don't know this one.
I have no idea.
Oh, no, don't be boring. He played for Derby. I didn't realise the last club he played for Leeds United. He injured his back, had a spinal injury in training, I presume at Leeds, but I can't remember that happening. And retired fairly early. Had a 10-year career. Late 20s.
I just don't have that kind of knowledge when it comes to Derby County players, even if they have come to Leeds for a few games.
I think you'll know who it is when I say it, because guess what? I'll have said it. So
it's not Dean Sturridge, is it?
No, mate, it's not.
No.
How about, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you his first name.
Go on then.
Malcolm.
All that comes
Christie?
to mind is O'Reilly, but
Christie?
No, what? Malcolm Christie. There you go. Can you remember him playing for Leeds United?
No idea.
Can you chuff? And that is this week's edition of My Steve.
I'm in total disbelief, but who the hell is that in Matt Heath's teeth?
can I just say how
Random
good,
bit of
how
YouTube.
knowledgeable are some of the people in our chat? Like genuinely.
I ain't lying. I think that was fairly easy. Not off the clues, but I think the face, he just looks like. And
I think there's
now,
a difference between. I think there's a difference between a Leeds fan and then like a Leeds omniac, like somebody who just lives Leeds United, nothing else, just lives Leeds United.
well done, Craig, Sean, Bremner. To be fair, I kind of think that was just a football knowledge one. His face, I don't know his face from Leeds
I
United. But I
couldn't
know
see his face.
It went on loan.
I remember
Guess what
it's
he
on
does?
my laptop, so it's as big as the end of my little finger. I can't zoom in.
He's now a salesman for Jaguar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that he weren't
You'll
earning
know
the
him,
money.
mate. You'll know him. You should know him then.
He should know him. Yep, he's that car salesman who I bought my 15th Jaguar off. Malcolm bloody Christie. That's that guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you asking for a discount because you're a big YouTuber and all. And he said no.
Yeah. Massive YouTuber.
Huge. Anyways, let's preview.
Do you see they're different?
Yeah, I did see they were different, and I really liked them.
Yeah, me
Always.
too. Yeah.
How long
They're
did it
better
take you
now.
to do them? How long did it take you to do them?
2 minutes.
My God, imagine if I had to do them. It'd take me forever. Bearing in mind, the Too Good Too shit went down like a lead balloon, AG. Thank you very much for making me
I thought the effects and the way you presented it was much better, much nicer.
I liked the idea behind it.
Yeah, but much better than shit is probably still shit, innit?
No,
Do you know?
it's all right.
No.
It looks very cap cutty. If that was,
It would almost like having Melier and then getting Perry. Is that what you're saying, AG? Not even that good. Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, let's move on. Right, Everton v Leeds,
I didn't know
Monday
what you
night.
meant.
Shit, and it's changed and it's still shit. That's
Oh
what
no!
kind of-
I think it's much better. I think it's much better. And I think the ideas are good
Darlow?
around it. But
Darlow?
the execution's not perfect, I'd say.
Can it be Darlow?
It could be Darlow. It could be Darlow.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Right then. Anyways, Hill Dickinson Stadium, Leeds United's first trip to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton, poor home form, only 4 wins at home this season. How do you think this one's going to go, boys? Lineup wise, do you think it's? I mean, they've got some injuries. They've got Jack Grealish. They've got, I think, Ndai's back. They've got a couple of players back from AFCON, haven't they? I've seen a little bit of their presser today, and I thought Dewsbury Hall was out injured, but he's back in team training. But I don't think he'll play big minutes.
No.
But he's back in team training. So is Jared Bramthwaite, who hasn't kicked a ball this season. So I don't know if he would just sort of say, yeah, they're back in team training, that's as far as it goes, or whether they'll be a part of it. But Jack Grealish missing, boys. 6 assists, 2 goals. I would have loved him at Leeds United, and I probably took him over in Okafor. I'm not going to lie. I think he's a top draw. Him being out's massive for Leeds United. Massive.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. He's a really good footballer still, and lots of Everton goes through him. And Dyer's back, I think, which is massive for them. But yeah, Brathwaite probably won't fit. They'll probably go Brian Tarkovsky centre back, maybe still. But yeah, they're missing a few. There's to be got at. Like lots of teams, I would actually still have Leeds as favourites for this one. For me, I think we're in a decent run of form, and I think they've. I mean, what are they at home? They're 11 home games, 1-4, drawn 3, lost 4, scored 14, conceded 15. It's very hit and miss. Very hit and miss. So, and they're missing a few players. I think they're there to be got at, definitely.
yeah. I mean, obviously, like AG said, Grealish is a massive miss, and Iliman and Jai is probably their main threat in this game. Even if Keenan Dewsbury was starting, I still say it was Iliman and Jai. I just don't. The way they play football, their style of play doesn't put any fear into me. I don't think it's dynamic enough. I think really it's kind of quite slow pace of play until they get into the second third of the pitch, and then they try and to try and speed things up. But at that time, we know this because we've done this so many times. When you allow a defence to get set, it's difficult to score. And I think they do allow you to get set. So I think personally, it could be quite a boring game of football.
I disagree, mate, with that.
Yeah, I know you're a very positive person, Matty.
I just think it'll be a good. I just think Leeds United will come with the energy. I think we've had a decent rest. 9 days off? I'm expecting Leeds. I mean, I've said 2-1, but I'm expecting Leeds to turn up and have that sort of Newcastle energy. I really am, and bombing forward, and that's how I know what you mean by Everton standards. I don't look at them and I outwow by them. I mean, they've got Timo Barry up front as a striker again. Even missing Biol. If Bornau comes in off James Justin sits there, I don't think our defence will have any problem with them. But I think, obviously, we're going to be missing big lads. Biol probably stacked, potentially maybe back. I don't know. But there's a chance we're missing a few still. But I genuinely think we'll take that energy. We've played a lot of games over Christmas. I think we've had a few games where we probably could have done better away from home. We should have more wins away from home than the one we've had. Very unlucky in Brentford away, Sunderland away, Newcastle away. I think this is the one, boys, where, because let's be fair, we have to win. We have to win some. It's all right getting points away from home, and I'm happy with the odd draw. I wouldn't be sad if we drew this one, but we do need a couple of wins away from home. I think just to build that, not confidence. I think we're all fairly confident, but West Ham have got a home game against Sunderland, and then they play Chelsea. We've got these and then Arsenal, so I think this is a very winnable game for us to maybe stretch that lead to maybe 11 points.
Definitely is winnable. I do think that I'm worried about this game. I think David Moyes will just really congest the midfield. I think midfield will be super congested. So look, if we decide to play direct and go over the top, I'll try and play those balls into the channel, and I don't think Everton will allow us to come play. Whether we can play it just by imposing ourselves on them is a different thing.
Yeah,
wait and see.
They're they're 19th in the league for possession. They're not trying to keep the ball. They'll play. They like to play fairly direct, but they're also second league for clean sheets. So they don't mind sitting in, soaking it up, heading balls away. Solid. Second in the league for clean sheets, yeah.
Fair enough.
Lowish block, and they want it to come out. So it's quite interesting. If we try and play possession, they're quite good to win the ball high up as well. Their press is decent, but they want to hit Barry just to cause you problems, just be a menace up there and use his physicality. Big lads, play channels, try and bully centre backs, get forward fairly quickly.
We've dealt well with big lads, haven't we? Thiago, Haaland.
Oh, absolutely. Well. Yeah, absolutely. But that was Bijar as well. I think we will miss him in that, definitely. Rodon isn't as solid as Bijar on those one-on-one physicality. I don't feel like, which no real slight on Rodon. I think Bijar was really good at them actually. But yeah, so it'd be quite an interesting game because it's sort of a clash of styles that don't quite mix, because we shouldn't want the ball for 60% of the game. They want the ball for about 40%. We don't really want the ball for 60% of it, because that's not our style anymore. And I think that slows us down. This whole thing of passing between centre backs, actually, what oddly has happened by going free at the back, we're not passing between centre backs. What we're doing, we're like one centre back is right back, Goodmanson comes left back, and then Stroud goes wide. So the centre back's going wider, one in the middle and wider, and then we're playing out better as a result. So we're looking much better on the ball by having three centre backs and not playing between them. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a clash of styles. I think corners, free kicks, what they'll try and go for, get Tarkowski heading stuff. As Bossnass said, it could be a poor game because just the way they want to play football.
Ampadu's playing, I think, best football we've seen probably in his career at the minute. I'm liking as well with his three at the back. At times, like you say, the two of them are going out wide, and then Ampadu's sort of filling in as well at centre half and picking the ball up and being that sort of first receiver. And I'm really, really enjoying Ampadu's performance, and I think he'll have a big part to play. Obviously, they've got, is it who's their midfielder called? What's his name now?
Guy.
Midfield. And Guy, he should be back. He's back from AFCON. Yeah, and Garner, yeah. They've got some decent midfielders in there. I do quite rate Garner, to be fair. I don't think he's top draw, but I think it could be a little battle between
action.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a bit of a battle between him and Garner. Is he old Garner?
Garner Gay, I thought.
Garner Gay is, yeah. I'm on about Garner.
They've got two of them.
Garner Gay, and then they've got, is it James Garner? Is that his name?
James Garner.
James Garner, yeah.
Yeah, he played it. Did he play at fullback against us in the reverse fixture?
Yeah, he did.
He did. But I like him in middle at Park, and I think him and Ampadu will have a decent little battle in there. And we always say midfield battle and all that, but DCL, I can't look past DCL in this game and just think, is it written that he goes back to a place. He had a bit of a torrid end of his Everton career. Does he go back there? The story sort of wrote, he hadn't scored in a few. He's in a bit of a goal drought for DCL this season, a couple of 2-3 games. Still got decent stats overall, but does he go to their new stadium that he hasn't played in and bang one in the back of the net? I kind of think it's written that he does, boys. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's one of those narratives. The thing is, he's got to try, and he's got to try. Obviously, he's going to be very motivated to do that, Matty, but he's also not got to overextend or let the occasion get the better of him, because it can go the other way as well.
Yeah, no, it can. Yeah, it can do. Let's bring your team up, Adam. Anyway, let's have a look at your team you've made. So is this the team you think it'll be, or what you want it to
I
be?
hope so. There's obviously a couple of so that basically what we did away at Newcastle, but it was born out, I think. Is that
2-10s then? Is that 2-10s you want stacked to be?
Well, this is what we did at Newcastle. I say it's almost that it ends up in his diamond in midfield. Gruev plays a little bit more advanced, Ampadu sits. But then what happens off the ball is Stack goes right midfield, Aronson goes left midfield. We did it away at Liverpool, we did it away at Newcastle. And you look at it and you think, well, how, like we discussed before a couple of games, how are we even getting forward here? But you got Bogle gets forward, Gigi gets forward, Stack, Aronson so quickly that the support for DCL gets there. And so you can't play long ball necessarily because you haven't got anyone for those second balls. But you can play fairly, you can play vertically and quickly. And it's worked really, really well. Earlier in the season, I would have looked at that and gone, I don't know how that's going to attack. But it's just through running power, sheer running power. Stack's brilliant at carrying the ball. Aaronson's shown his quality away at Newcastle. Well, say shown his quality, shown a new quality away at Newcastle. So if Goodmanson's out, I think Justin will have to go left wing back and Bornau comes in. And if Stack's out, there's an opportunity to start Bernate for me. And it still works the same way. Oddly, very different players, but that 10, but still because Bernate is brilliant defensively as well for a 10. He can fill in on the right. Aronson
got a lot of time in training now as well, Adam, hasn't he? A lot of time in training.
Absolutely. So I could see that if Stack's not. Of course, you've got Longstaff as well. Longstaff for Gruev is an option, but I don't really like Longstaff in a 2 or sitting. I don't think he's got the technical. I mean, obviously Gruev hasn't got great technical ability, but Longstaff in there receiving the ball with his back to goal that's not his game by a long stretch. Can Longstaff do that 10 sort of invert, go wide in defence, invert legs instead of Stack? Probably not quite either. So I don't know where Longstaff quite fits into this formation, but yeah, hopefully it's all fit. But if they're not, Tanaka is an interesting one because Fart doesn't trust him defensively at the moment. Doesn't trust him to track his man. Doesn't trust him. Do you know what? He doesn't trust him more than anything to make the right decisions on those breaks where you press or you sit or you track your runner or you hold your ground, whatever it is. Gruev is very good at those off the ball decisions. Tanaka is not. He makes the wrong decision quite often, and then it leaves you very open. Gruev defensively, system-wise, is very, very good. So, yeah, that's the team I'd like to see start, I think. But whether, I say, a couple of injuries away from it, if Gigi's out, then that takes loads away from the side. Yeah, loads and loads.
No, Paul, none of this confirmed. This is what AG would like to see. Obviously, there's a question mark on Stack as well, I presume. Yeah,
100%. Well. He's back in training, but I mean, he only missed one game, so he's only out for. I mean, apparently he got injured on the Friday. If Fark was telling the truth, so he's only out for like 3 or 4 days, and he's going to have 2 or 3 days training. So I can't see a problem with starting if he's fit. Like if he's got through those training sessions, okay, no problem at all. And I think it's so important to us. And the other thing I don't like about this more than anything, I've loved the 3 big centre backs all going forward for throw-ins and corners. I think that's made a big difference to us. So I don't like really the fact it's Justin now. I think we lose a little bit in that.
Yeah, I agree. It gives you that extra pace as well, doesn't it? It gives you that bit of pace as well. I know Rodon's still in there, but I thought when Rodon was out and Justin filled in for Rodon, he were quite a decent replacement for Rodon at right centre back. But yeah, it's a bit of a different having Rodon central without Beal. But what do you think, Bossnass? Anything you changed to that?
Obviously, I don't mind the look of that. Again, it's dependent on who's fit to play the game, isn't it? Really, that will decide the team. But if that was the team, yeah, I'd be happy with it. I think on what AG said on Tanaka, I think Farker is more likely to play Tanaka at home. Just because again, what AG said, I don't think he trusts him, his decision making. So away from home, you're always likely to see a little less of the ball. I think he likes to be more solidified away from home. That does give you if it is that, it does give you, a solid defensive and midfield base there. Again, I would like to see Buonanotte, maybe not start, but I'd like to see him in this game. What I would say about this game is I think there is a real likelihood that substitutions could decide where this game goes and who wins it.
And our subs bench now, boys, is looking fairly stacked for us. Like, I don't think we've had this depth in a long, long time. You look at that there, you'd have Tanaka, Nonto, Okafor, Metcher, Longstaff. You've got decent options, really. I think defensively, we'd be all out. You haven't got, and having to play Justin defensively a little bit weak, only really born out to come in there. But in an attacking capacity, boys, plenty on bench. Whichever version we have to line up, we've got really good options who can change the game. And I think you've seen in the games we have took points, and let's be fair, we've come from behind a fair few times. Where at Sunderland, remember we've conceded first in a lot of games this season. Our bench has actually come and won us points, and that comes from Farke making the right decisions towards the end of a game.
Did you know what we're seeing as well? So Farke does trust his squad, but by that trust, what we're seeing is a change of formation home and away. Different players are playing as well. So suddenly we've got more players. We stuck with 11 for a long time, that 11 championship every game. So players like Joseph coming on, not match sharp, and coming on for 10 minutes. If you're not match sharp, you're just not going to be very good. It's really hard to come on the sub and get up to the pace of the game. We're seeing players now that are match sharp, that are getting minutes, they are rotating. Some are playing more minutes home, some playing more minutes away. Bossnass have plenty of minutes. Justin playing right wing. So this change in Farke means our squad is better and it's wider because players are getting more minutes and players are fresh. There's players more fresh and the players more sharp as a result.
Yeah, I agree. There's not really anyone is massively cold. I know people not playing much minutes, but I can't think of many players inside really who haven't featured recently, apart from the lads who were out injured. Yeah, even got the FA Cup game. I think the FA Cup game against Derby, that would have been the first proper see of a Justin and a Bornau had the injuries 3 or 4 weeks earlier not happened, but they actually by the time Derby came round, they'd had 2 or 3 Premier League games in there. So it's a squad that I think now everyone's sort of vying for a spot, and I think it looks a really competitive squad. Yes, we've got certain positions that have a depth for quality and some that maybe the drop-off's a bit too much, but I think it's a squad now where every single player on that bench, potentially a good, definitely 6 or 7 of them are viable options for Farke now. And Bossnass, we haven't seen that. I think he only trusted 2 or 3 players that first season in Championship. Second season, maybe 3 or 4. I think now he can make 5 subs that will impact a game for Farke.
Yeah, I think, Farke trusting his players more and not micromanaging every situation has gone a long way to see him improve as a manager. But, I just don't know if there's going to be a small temptation there for him to rotate a little bit if people are carrying knocks. I think,
maybe.
And look, it's just a little thing in the back of my mind where I'm thinking, is there a temptation there for him to give some other players some minutes there, because there's a few that are looking a little bit tired and carrying a few knocks. So I won't be surprised if we saw that either.
Do you think, obviously we've touched on lineup and stuff, but I want to speak about Noah Okafor right now. Just a quick couple of minutes on Okafor. Is he a bad signing, or has he got something to offer, or do you think it's a dud of a signing? Because I think a lot of people have gone early on Okafor and said, yeah, he's not that. I've even told you boys already, and I said it on the other week, I've heard people in stadium refer to him as, comparing him to Rafinha, which he's never going to compare. I don't know why that comparison comes, because he's a winger with a bit of flair maybe, but he's not of that level. Obviously spent 16, 17 million quid on him. It's not a lot of money, Bossnass, really. Like you said earlier about, it's not, that ain't masses of money in Premier League. That probably makes, that sort of level is probably a Brighton sub player, if he's lucky. May even not even met the subs bench at another club. So for us, it seems massive. Is he a dud signing? Do you think he'll come good with the projection of going forward of Strand Larsen, bringing Buonanotte in, talking about Harry Wilson in summer? Do you think he will be here for the long haul? Do you think it's one of those signings where he hasn't shown it this year for anyone to buy him next year, so he's going to end up going out on loan next season, and he just ends up being one of them players again for Leeds? I've got on top of that. What do you think?
I do. I like a lot of what he does. I like how direct he is. I like how he can cut inside or take a man on the outside. He's got both that. He's got good close control, and he's got decent vision. He's just the main thing with Okafor is just that final ball. And people, an Okafor with a final ball that's proved it over the last 24 months is not 16, 17 million pounds. Simply just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you get a bigger team that are willing to pay a bigger price. Well, bigger team. What I mean is you get one of the big fish, financial big fish that'd buy him. We've took him on knowing that. Like I always say these things. The scouting department will have taken a good look at him before. You don't spend millions and millions of pounds on somebody without taking a good look at him. So they'll already know his strengths and weaknesses. So it's on them. They've backed themselves to be able to improve the player. Coach the player.
Yeah.
We're halfway through a season. I just think it's quite premature to write someone off. I ain't even ripped Perry off yet because I think half a season, and now look, he's got a red dot on him. I am really going. He looks like a problem, but I don't think you can write a player off just over half a season. So look, I hope he can just if he gets that final ball sorted out, and he has six or seven games where he's getting an assist every other game. Tune will soon change. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. He started fairly well, boys. He had 2 goals, I think, in his first 5 or 6 games. And then I thought, we've got a player here. And he hasn't really cut the mustard since. But like I say, Bossnass, I like a lot of what he does. I really do. I think he's direct. I love it. And he's physical. He's not a slight winger who gets banged off a ball. He's physical. He has got that bit more of an edge to him for that reason. I just think, like you say, I think consistency has been an issue. But I expected AG, the fitness to be an issue. I know he's had a little, but he's actually played a lot of minutes, a lot of games. And he's actually won the trust of Farker a lot quicker than what I thought. I mean, even when he hasn't been playing at wing, he's been putting him up top. When, let's be fair, Metcha's been doing pretty well, and he's been even fancied to Metcha. Certainly fancied to Pirro, a player he did trust last season before. So it's a bit of a mad one, really, because I've looked at his performances and thought, if that's another player, if that's Tanaka, who, by the way, had best week of his life a few weeks ago and can't met the side, I would have thought he'd have been pulled out. For some reason, Farker really likes him. Is it the price tag again? Does that give him a few more weeks of averageness before he drops him, or do you think he likes him?
I think he offers this unique set of skills and what he can do. I think his ball carrying and his burst of pace is stop short of saying elite, but you don't see many better than him. What he does in those couple of facets in the Premier League, he's really, really good at it. Really good at it. Final ball. Well, the problem is maybe Leeds doesn't suit him very well because bursting past the fullback and putting a cross in on a team with a lot of possession and pushing teams back, so you suddenly put the cross into 4 or 5 players, it's easier than bursting up past a player for 30, 40 yards and trying to pick out one man in the middle, which is what invariably he has to do.
Yeah.
So maybe just style. I think that first element is really good. And I say, just, people got to try and keep up with him. And he's a different club that had a lot more possession, and his job was to beat the fullback and put the ball in spots with 3-4 players in there. He'd probably be a much better player. What he can do is what he is good at. He's very good at. Maybe it just doesn't suit Leeds very well. I mean, we played a 3-4-3 against Fulham. He played a bit wider. He's got so much quality. He can pick a ball, played a reverse ball to Goodison one stage. You got in and could have shot, could have crossed it, didn't quite do anything. He's off the pitch. But yeah, he's got so much quality. I don't think he's a dud signing. I don't think he'll ever be a dud signing. You can see there's so much talent there. Whether it work out in Leeds, which might be what it makes him a dud signing, I think he might not work out at Leeds. But for me, that doesn't make him a dud signing because I think there's so much quality there. It's just not quite right fit. We changed at the start of the season as well. We changed a lot.
He's reminded me a lot at Ellen Road of Brendan Aronson of yesteryear in terms of what the fan reaction is. So he gets the ball and he's always trying to make something happen. And the creative players tend to lose the ball quite a lot. And Brendan Aronson gets a lot of, now it's when Noah Okafor gets the ball. And like I say, a lot of the time he's trying to make things happen. Away at Sunderland, he started that move, that lovely flick. He's got flair, he's got something about him, but you are going to have to take. Sometimes he's going to lose the ball and it's going to be frustrating. But the fact he's brave enough to keep wanting the ball and keep going again is something I really rate about Okafor. I just think it's just not quite sticking for him at the minute. And I don't think being at left wing, being up top, being at left wing, being just behind DCL has helped. He has, I think if it's a 4-3-3 system or a 3-4-3 and he's on that left with a run of games, I'd expect him after 4 or 5 games to be back somewhat like. But there is a little bit of competition now. More competition coming into the side in January. And he probably is, for me, only 1 or 2 average games away from maybe losing his spot, maybe 2 at Buonanotte, because now there's people fighting for that shirt maybe who weren't earlier.
No, mate, it's not a bad thing because it pushes a player to get back into the side.
100%.
It puts pressure on him to get back into the side. Look, and a month is a long, long time in football. You know, before Aronson went on his purple patch of, you know, being directly involved in a lot of goals, then, you know, there was, like you said, there was a lot of moaning and groaning at him.
Yeah.
And that's why you know, I think it is a bit premature just to write him off just yet. But I think, you know, you'll probably do this at the end of the season, but it'll be interesting to see what his season looks like when we get to the final game of the year.
100%. Yeah, that's what I was sort of getting at as well. Buddy, Okafor could easily go the Ramazani way.
Yeah,
That's what I was sort of getting at, because if he doesn't sort of work out, where's he go from there? But yeah, hopefully he will. We all said, why is Farker playing Aronson? Okafor could be the same. Yeah, Martin. 191 likes. There's 243 people still watching. We're going to move on to Star Chats next. Please get us to 200 likes. Go on, Edgy.
Okafor could be the same, but let's hope it doesn't take him 5 years like it did Aronson or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Like,
to
you
be
know,
fair.
a couple of loans away, a couple of league changes.
He's got to go to Union Berlin first, and then he'll come good. But
Another thing that's good as well. The idea that we can have a player of Okafor's quality, and by the sounds of it, not a lot of people would be gutted if he was moved on and we brought someone else in, tells you the levels that we've kind of.
He's a good player.
Of course it does. Of course it is. He's way better than Jimmy Kebe. I don't know if you guys agree, but way better than Jimmy Kebe.
Do you remember how excited we used to get over some of the drops?
When we signed Jimmy Kebe, I was like, oh my God, I definitely saw him play one good game for Reading. I was buzzing. I was like, he's definitely played one good game.
Cameron Stewart, was it the other one?
Cameron Stewart and Jimmy Kebe on deadline day, and we were like, yes.
We've done it, cracked it.
Look what we've done. Look what we've
We're
done.
back.
Get in League One, here we come. We will win League One next season. Absolutely class. Anyways, yeah, please smash a like. Yeah, 205 likes, you absolute legends. Thanks so much for your support. Legends. Last part of the show is Start Chat. Great balance between you three. Cheers, Dirty Leeds. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Sean Ely, Matty Creative Aronson. He's as creative as a 3-year-old child. But yeah, he's creative these days. I'm loving it. Right. Good old Bill, our American friend. Thank you so much, Bill. Gifted a membership. I don't know who got it this week. Don't let me know on here, but thank you so much for that. Right, Roger Slicker. Toulouse turned down 30 million bid for Charlie Cresswell. The Farkinator valued Cress at only as much as 200 duty-free cigs. So an interesting one. We can go down a bit of a rabbit hole here, because obviously there is flaws in Farker's sort of time at Leeds, and this is one of them, boys, right? So I've seen a lot of people, and the caveat to this is, right, I think he could have played in Championship, but like Priester says, who instead of, you know, we had Cooper for a bit. We obviously had Strauch, and obviously we had Joe Rodon, right? And I understand he shouldn't be playing over Joe Rodon, but why did that move to Toulouse have to be a permanent? Why couldn't that been go play on loan for a year? Because now potentially, if he'd have gone to Toulouse on loan or somewhere else of that ilk on loan, maybe he'd have played year after. If not, go on loan again. Look what we've done with Joffrey. And by now, he could have been a £25 million player where we reap the benefits of all those funds. Or, in my opinion, he'd actually be starting for Leeds in Premier League with a couple of years experience out in another league. So what's your take on the Charlie Cresswell? I know you'll wish him all the best, and I think you both think he's going to go to a decent level in game, boys.
Yes.
Adam, go. You can talk.
I think it's I think we sold him the same sum we bought Rodon for 10 million. So saying we could have loaned it, maybe we wouldn't have been able to buy Rodon if we didn't sell him. And maybe it was that simple. And so it was one or the other. And I think one or the other, everyone now, all Leeds fans go, yeah, Rodon right now. So, you know, where we are, Cresswell wasn't as good as Rodon was that time. So if that was the decision, so it's not like, so if we loaned him and couldn't sign Rodon, you know, like, or we kept him, couldn't sign Rodon, it's a complete, you just don't know. I think Fark didn't fancy him. I think his dad says something. If you cross Fark, we know if you cross Fark, if you upset Fark, if you're not one of his lads anymore, you're done for. He just won't play you, and he doesn't give a shit. And that's fine. He's a manager. That's what he does. He said the other day in his press conference, said, I don't mind loaning Jack Harrison out because he did it the right way. If a player came to me and bothered about loaning him out, I wouldn't loan him out. That's basically what he said. They'd have to stay here. He said, you got to do it right. He said, I'm the boss. Basically to say I'm the boss, you know, like, and it's fine. You know, like that's why, and that's all the noise you hear from the club. Fark is very much the boss. What happened Cresswell, I don't know. But yeah, I think he will go top. And if they can sell him 26 million, I think we sold him for 4. We got 15% on profit. So about 3.3 million. Again, 3.3 million. If Strand Larsen's 40 million, 5-year contract, 4 million, a half a year left, 4 million. He pretty much plays for Strand Larsen for this year. so on the profit of that
Yeah.
sale. So I mean, I hope he does go for that sort of money, and I think he will go to top. And I think he's dominant. And I remember some of the displays he put in the under-21s were brilliant. Like he would just spray the ball around back, he win everything in the air. He looked an absolute gem. And I think I always thought he'd become very good. And I was annoyed when he wasn't getting inside. And then we sold him for a decent amount. But you say you don't know the club's finances at this time to work out.
Weird though, boys, as well. We give him the number 5 shirt, and like, I remember him a big speak on LUTV, and I saw an interview on YouTube, and I'm thinking, oh, this guy's going to be. I mean, that season we got relegated, boys. I thought Charlie Cresswell were going to play centre half. I thought Darko JB were going to start centre mid. It was on all posters, and then it didn't go that way, did it? You know, it was.
No, I've sorry. He'll be waiting for me to have my say on this because I am quite opinionated on this. And look, for me, that is a horrific level of business.
It's the worst business, I think, since Farkas.
Awful.
49ers, I do, yeah.
You've got a young centre back who's, been shining in the England setup, the youth levels of the England setup, who's being tracked and who was being tracked for a long period of time by big clubs. I'm not going to list them because I can't accurately remember, but I remember hearing that people had been tracking his progression for a long time, right? And he's clearly a talent. Now, whatever happened with his dad, if he's been given the number 5 shirt, I'm almost certain that he would have been told behind the scenes, "You're a big part of our future.
Sure.
Yep.
You're gonna be playing minutes, this, that, and the other." Because you've got to bear in mind there was loads of clubs looking at him, right? For them to go down to not get played over Liam Cooper, he's probably gone home and told his dad, "Look, whatever, going down," but all this stuff. I think he has been sold something that didn't happen, that created him to be unsettled. That's just it's an opinion. I can't back it up by anything, but it's just a feeling that I get, right? But either way, you don't sell a player like that, got that much potential for £3 million. Either you think that you know something that the other clubs that are interested in him or have shown interest for a long time, you either think you know something that they don't, or you don't rate their talent identification and you rate yours much higher above theirs. But something has gone drastically wrong there to sell him for that amount of money at that time. Because one of the things that you can do, and the loan market is perfect for it, like you alluded to Matty, is get a feeling for the interest. Do what Brighton have done with Buonanotte.
Exactly.
We've got a 19 international here. We're not just going to, sell him for whatever they could get for him. They probably don't even need the money, but they're basically going, we want to see what this guy becomes before we want to actually him to reach his ceiling before we're ready to say, no, we don't want him. I just can't get my head around it. And, it is difficult sometimes as Leeds fans to look at the club and go, you've really dropped a bollock there. But they really, really did drop a bollock there. It was almost bordering on amateurish. I don't know what Farkas' thing was on this, but I can't imagine he had the final say on what happened to Charlie Creswell's future. He was well within his rights to say, I don't want him within my squad because he's causing problems. He won't have the final say on selling. He can't go to the thing and go, you
sell
must
him for £3 million. Yeah. It's not his
I bet he could.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't like though, boys. Whenever there's a player at Leeds who don't get played or don't get fancied, this is always the term. Like, it's always not trying hard enough in training, or it's a discipline issue. Like, I ain't too sure that always goes, that way. Sometimes you're just not fancied by a manager. I don't think it has to be anything you particularly do. I don't look at Charlie Cresswell and think he's going to be an absolute nightmare. I look at him and think he's a hungry player who's,
What's discipline though, by the way? He's not going around nicking other people's shoes, is he, from the changing room? What do you think he's doing? Nicking the watches of the fellow place? Like what? He might have walked through.
He'll have been dedicated to the cause. What he like? He would a captain at his age group all the way through. He would a captain. The captain set standards. He will have got in that dressing room for me and wanted to show Liam Cooper, I'm at that level. No, I know he's young, but no way would he. Obviously the argument with his dad and that all comes out. It paints a bad picture of a player. I don't think there were a bad word.
If discipline's a factor, you're not managing them right.
Well, does anybody know off the top of their heads? Because I know we've got some absolute encyclopedias that watch this show. Transfer market, if anybody knows it, what is our highest highest valuation of a defender that we've got? Because I really don't know if we've got a player that's worth more than 30 million euros in defence.
It's mad when you look at Cresswell now getting touted round for in and around 25 million euros, right? How much will Strout go for? Biol go for? Rodon go for? Around that at best.
But the market value of your player is not what you think of him. It's what the market believes the players were. So I just think it's absolutely mental. And listen, people, we'll all find out what happens to Charlie Cresswell. But is it off the table that he could go out on the continent for a couple of years, wait till he's 25, 26, and then be at a big six English club, and we're all looking at him going, that was our player that we got £3 million for? It's just not good.
Yeah, no. Strout 20 million. I'd say Strout 20 million. I'd say Rodon 25. I'd say Biol.
Yeah,
what we paid for him still.
Yeah, what we'd sell him for, I wouldn't sell, like this window, I wouldn't sell DCL for 30 million, for example. So it's all a bit.
Yeah.
But Bossnass say Transfermarkt, because a lot of people go off Transfermarkt. So the highest value players in Transfermarkt are Stack, Ampadu, Struck, non-total, 20 million euros.
Right. So he would, via Transfermarkt, he'd be our most valuated player.
If Cresswell is 30 million.
What is he on Transfermarkt? Have a look. It won't be that on Transfermarkt.
No, but this is the money he's going to go for, isn't it?
Yeah.
24 million euros is 20 mil. Rodon and Biol are above that. 20 Strauch is 20 on Transfermarkt. Right, that was a nice little rabbit hole to go down to. Let's crack on. Hold on, start chats. Here we go. Bremner's Ghost said earlier, swap JSL for Pino. Pino could get Wolves back up next season. This is a rumour floating around. Also with this, Pino has to actually agree to go to Wolves. And I've seen a lot of people say, why would he go to Wolves? I actually think he would. Guaranteed Premier League football for the rest of the season. And let's be fair, the teams he's touted, unless he goes back to Holland, he may end up at a championship club, though, Bossnass. He may end up at a championship club next season anyway.
I'm sure he's come out and said that the prospect of playing championship football doesn't interest him.
He probably has said that. But
so then he can do a Bamford and just sit on his contract until somebody comes in for him after the summer.
I don't know.
Why not? I would. He's not a Leeds United fan. He hasn't been particularly given the chances that he will again probably have been promised to stay in that squad.
Do you think it's something Leeds will be trying to sort out, though? Do you think that will be something Leeds will be looking at?
Yeah, for sure.
Something they should have sorted out from getting promoted to getting to the Premier League. That should have been redistributed money then.
Sorry, Bossnass.
I'm just saying, Farke must have gone. He's part of my project again. But
I agree.
He wasn't.
I think if Perot goes to Holland, Belgium, maybe not quite Italy, a few other European leagues, he scores goals, Perot. He's a good player. He'd be a good player in a lot of leagues, and he is worth the 10, 12, 15 million maybe. Let's say Leeds' his biggest thing. For me, would be to loan with an obligation for a Champions club, but he doesn't want it. People about Leicester. Why would he go Leicester? Why would he go bottom half Championship club in Leicester?
But you say that, Adam, right? Before Leeds, he was at Swansea.
Yeah, but he's at Leeds in the Premier League right now. Do you know what I mean?
He's not doing it. Yeah, exactly.
But why would he go to Leicester? You can
why
wait
not?
for that.
He wouldn't. He's been Championship top goal scorer more than twice. He's got PSV that are rumoured to be interested in him. Why? Why would you go to Leicester?
Because if PSV don't get him, because maybe Leeds price him out because they don't spend that sort of money.
So if PSV don't get him, you don't think there'll be a Utrecht or a Heerenveen in a top division?
Yeah, but that don't.
Do you know what they should do?
I'm not so sure.
Pull their finger out and do that deal right there. Rangers should buy him. That's what 49 should do.
100%. 100%.
That's exactly what they should. And then do that tomorrow. Get Strand Larsen next day. That's exactly what they should be doing.
There you go, Craig. Yeah.
Joe Burrow would be a starting striker in 10 Serie A teams.
Yeah, I'll stop short of saying Serie A, but he would score goals in a lot of clubs. He would score goals in a possession-heavy Premier League club. He'd score goals most places, Perot. Yeah. In the right team, the right setup, he would score goals. He's just a little bit of a luxury player for us in terms of where we play football.
He'd easily start for Lecce, Sassuolo, Calgary, Verona. He'd start for all of them.
Why go there? Because of the top division. Why go to bottom end of a Serie A when you could go maybe to the top end of the Championship?
Because you're playing against top level sides, getting in front of top level coaches.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, mate. I'm not too sure about all that. I'm going to disagree for the sake of just disagreeing.
Matty, where would you rather play? I know you're going to say Championship. You'd rather play for Leicester in Championship than Udinese or Lecce.
Yeah,
Who do you want to start up front for?
Yeah, mate, I'll go to Barnsley instead of Lecce. Right.
John Healy with his obsession again.
No, I know what you're saying, boys. Paul Smith, can't see. Yeah, Harry Wilson. I want to touch on Harry Wilson, and Kershaw also mentioned him as well. Would you swap Nottingham for Wilson? The Wilson chat. Do you reckon that's a player? I think it's one we want in the summer. Buonanotte might fill that gap for now. If he doesn't sign a contract with Fulham, A, do you want him? B, do we get him?
God, I'd want. Yes, absolutely. I think he's brilliantly talented. I think he's a really odd player. I think he like 5-6 games of form, and everyone talks because Premier League buzz and the media is just just snowballs. If he doesn't score for 4 or 5 games, he's exactly the same player, by the way, and it'll go really quiet, and then he might go to Leeds. So I think there's still a chance in going to Leeds because he's sort of the mid-range player. People go crazy in Premier League. Oh, he's done this, done that. It only takes a little while of going quiet, then he sneaks off to Leeds. I think go Leeds very easy in the summer.
And Bossnass people can go, yeah, but he's only done it really one season. He's done brilliant, but brilliant. We lauded Bamford for scoring 16, 17 goals in Premier League. Harry Wilson scored 14 on the wing and 7 assists, 20 G&A for Harry Wilson at Fulham.
I mean, what
Fulham?
Yeah, but
I mean that's unbelievable stats. But 14, like wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you turn that down. If a player like that becomes available, I know it's not. Again, people say it's not that sexy signing. It's not. It really. There's something about Harry Wilson that doesn't feel Leeds United to me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way he acts, like the little bit of cockiness about him. He's very slight. He's very slippery, isn't he? It's the same thing as when we got El Hadji Diouf. He just didn't feel Leeds United for the whole time he was here. There was something about him that wasn't Leeds. But as a Premier League player, he's proven he scores goals. He's a nightmare to play against. Absolute nightmare to play against.
Yeah, he's agree.
And you want him to be your nightmare. So if it becomes available at a decent price, look at the season he's having, man. Have you seen?
Yeah.
What was that goal he scored? Maybe it was like a month ago where he scored that almost like wonder goal.
1-2 outside the foot.
Boom.
Robbo told me it was bang average. Robbo, if you're still here. We had that debate. But yeah, I think he's a brilliant footballer. I think you're interested when you say Bossnass there. Like, he doesn't feel like a Leeds signing. I feel a bit like that with Strand Larsen. I can't see him in a Leeds kit for some reason. It just doesn't quite fit right. But
it's the headband.
Yeah.
Lovely set piece taker too. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
great
absolutely. He's a brilliant striker, and his football IQ. He's not physically. He doesn't get around the pitch really quickly.
Really technical, isn't he, Adam? Such a
technical and football IQ is fantastic, and he's been decent for a while. I know he's been really hot lately, but he's been decent Premier League.
Yeah, I bet his underlying stats have always been decent. It's just now that the main stats people look at have all like back it up now, don't they? In 14 and 7, can't ignore 14 and 7 assists. You just can't.
That Tom Kearney as well. I couldn't believe it. I didn't realise we released him as a youngster. I didn't know.
Isn't he like 38 or something? Him still playing ball for them. He's well old, isn't he, Tom Kearney? No. He is. Have a look. How old's Tom Kearney? I'm going to go 36. Tom Kearney, have a look. 36 years old for Fulham.
31, 32.
I think 32.
36.
Someone get there before me in the chat, I'm sure.
36. Come on.
36, no way.
He is. Tom Kearney, I bet he's 36.
Leave morons.
Bastard. Anyways, right, we're going to leave it there, 34 seconds. Right, we're going to leave it there. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Nobody else goes this long. Smash us a like on the video, please. If it's first time if you've been here, please subscribe. AG, any final words? Oh, in fact, score predictions. Almost forgot. Score predictions. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. But I think it's going to be a 2-1 battering, which sounds daft, but yeah. 2-1. It's going to be a decent performance. Boys, go.
I think it's statement. I think it's 3-0 Leeds.
Oh.
I think it's statement time.
I'm sorry, boys. I just think it's a 0-0.
No way. No way, mate. No. Leeds score.
Sorry, I just think it's going to be. I think it's going to be. In Theo would say, I think it's going to be a 0-0.
It's going to be a 0-0. That's exactly what he would say. Right then, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. AG, Bossnass, thanks as always. Absolutely love catching up with you guys every Friday. Aina as always. Thanks for watching, buddy. Cheers, great show. Later all 1-3 to Leeds. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Lee, Ian, Martin, Kershaw. Right, love you all a bit. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and we will see you next week. See you later, everybody.